is up, my friends of the interwebs? Welcome to Party of Two. Where Hayley's
in a weird mood.
And in a really weird mood. I don't know why.
It's a Friday. Friday of a long week.
Night, and the mood is right to play some Pathfinder.
Oh, yeah.
That's how the song goes, right?
I think so.
Okay. Anyway, welcome to Party of Two, where a married couple takes on a world of goblins and monsters, and Hayley drew some beautiful chibi emotes just for the subscribers of our channel. It's not going on our Discord. It's not going on our Twitter. It's not going anywhere except for here. I mean, I'm sharing it on Twitter so people know about it. But yeah. Anyway, hi. I'm so glad you guys are all here. How not to DM? Wait, I see you in the chat. Why do I not see you dragon? Oh, because they're all overlapping each other. That's why. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Weston is working on pulling up the images of our brand new emotes, which I am super excited about. So there are a group of them that are completely free, that are dragons, and then there is a group of them that are for subscribers only. Weston, however, did inform me that apparently the ones that are supposed to be subscribers only, which is supposed to be the chibis, are available to everyone. So for tonight only, one night only, everybody gets access to the chibis that I drew. Anyway, so while Weston is doing that, let's go on a rundown of what this next week is going to look like for us as in terms of announcements. Weston is in California.
I am
all week next week.
I leave on Tuesday afternoon to go to California for work. For once a quarter, I got to go down there to Dana Point and spend a week for goal setting.
And he has to stay at the Marriott Hotel.
It
and
is,
get room service and literally be like not even 50 yards away from the beach.
It's a torture.
It's torture. It's
I
very
go
difficult.
through a lot for my job, but I believe in what we do, and I will endure.
Woo!
Last Tribes!
Last Tribes Gaming! Thank you for the resubscription.
Why is it cutting off the 6 months?
I don't know. No, it is absolutely gorgeous. I've actually done a couple of conventions down in Dana Point and been at that Marriott, and it's gorgeous. And there's like 4 pools and hot tubs and a whole gym and stuff. It's pretty cool. Anyway, that to say, Weston is going to be gone next week. So there is going to be no tabletop drain talks, which is very sad.
And no campaign on Friday. So we are dark for a week.
But then we come back, and then the week after that, we're going to Fan X.
We will be at the fan experience. So we're going to go 2 weeks without a campaign
we've already
night.
got hero points redeemed by Lost Tribes Gaming.
I was hoping for villain points. Come on, guys. This is the night. We got lots of villains. We got lots of combat going on. Villain points. Hey, villain points.
We have 2 giant automatons. Oh, I want to show how
we'll show it in a second. Well, yeah.
Oh, no, I can't show it right now.
Wait until we get to the battle
camps. I just want to show off all of the things. Okay, speaking of showing off all of the things. Wait, hold on. Hayley, ADHD brain. FanX. So we are going to be at FanX September 22nd to the 24th here in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's one of the largest conventions. I don't know if it's still the second largest convention, but it's one of the largest conventions in the United States for pop culture and geekiness. So we are going to be there. I'm very, very excited. If you are coming, please let me know, and we will hang and we'll meet up and do a lunch. It'll be super fun. Yes. And then I want to show our brand new emotes. You guys, they are so stinking cute. So I drew these over the course of a couple of months because I'm not an artiste in that fashion. I'm a mandala artiste.
You want me to just show the ones that you drew?
Just show the ones that I drew, and then we'll show the other ones.
Let me see if I can get to the ones you drew.
Da, 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 da. It's so weird not having music.
They're not in the emojis section?
Be. They should be. They should be.
They're not.
They should be. Hold on. Refresh the page.
I just opened it.
And then, hold on. Look at the untitled one. You guys are so organized. It's awesome. Are you excited? It's Friday. I'm very excited. Friday. It's a 3-day weekend.
There they are.
And I have work off on Monday, which is super fun. Okay, so this is our druid. And as a part of having these emotes, our emotes need names. They actually do not have names. So any names that you would like to possibly throw out there for our adorable little chibis?
We'll start a bidding war. The bidding starts
No, we're not starting a bidding war. There's no bidding wars happening.
Hey, we're going to start bidding. Whoever bids the most bits gets the namer.
No, not.
We got Rose.
Okay, that's not a bad idea.
Willow.
Rose, Willow. I like both of these. Do you know, we should do polls. We should take polls.
We should.
So over like the course of a month, it's going to be like name our chibis. So we've got Rose and Willow. Time. Oh, I like that. I actually really like Time.
Yeah, but isn't it about
Time.
It's an ad campaign.
If you are LDS, you know exactly what we just quoted. Okay, so this is our adorable
I think her
little
name
druid.
should be Rhododendron.
I don't know. I kind of.
She goes by Rhoda.
Rhoda. I kind of like Willow. I'm kind of feeling the Willow.
All right.
So that is so this is our adorable wizard who's a little serious and angry and very serious. We can't name him serious. Just
No.
so you know.
I feel like he needs to be the third. Whatever he is, he's the third.
He is the third. Ari Decker the third.
Ooh, Ari Decker.
I knew an Ari Decker.
We need he needs to be named. Oh, like the GM on that one show to where he's got the Nat 20 Tails or something like that. D20 Tails.
I don't remember. Oh.
Yeah, the DM. He's got this
chaos. Yeah.
He has
it's
this
Russell. I know his first name's Russell. Russell something.
The third. He's got one of those names that I'm just like, dude, you got a dynasty behind that thing.
He does. He has
like there are castles and there are everything.
Wallowitz. We are not naming our wizard Wallowitz.
Oh, geez.
This is not the Big
Howard
Bang Theory.
Wallowitz.
Oh my gosh, that would be really funny though. But he doesn't even have a nose.
He doesn't.
How could he be Wallowitz?
Yeah, he's got. Yeah. Well, we'll have to.
Okay,
again,
anyway,
we'll propose.
Weston's like moving Haley away from becoming racist.
This is our Genasi.
This is our Genasi monk, which is not technically a class and race in. Howard,
come help me! My back's hurting.
Get me out of the bathtub!
I'm a Big Bang Theory fan. I love it, and I watch it whenever I am feeling blue.
You guys, seriously, I told you, I warned you all. You were all warned. Haley's in a weird mood tonight. But this is our cute little Air Genasi monk. And then this is the very first Russell E. Welch. Yes, it's Russell E. Welch III. That is his name. It is incredible. I love him, and I love his GMing style. It's super fun. And this is the original. This is the OG.
I still think this is the best.
GOAT.
I still think this is the best.
Of all of the chibis. I drew this almost a year ago, last December, in a hotel room because I was bored. So this is our ranger. So we need to kind of have names for each of these.
So we will figure it out, and these will eventually become.
Not a monk Smurf. He's not a Smurf.
He's purple, not blue.
Technically, he's blue.
Oh.
He's blue. Arrow face McPew-Pew. Okay. At first, y'all's were being serious. And now like Lost Tribes Gaming has just completely
I like
derailed
Arrow face McPew-Pew.
I think we need him I think we should call him the Green Arrow.
I think he's just going to talk about how much we failed this city. Like
you failed this city.
Yeah. No, you can't call him that because of that. First off, copyright infringement on DC. And no, he has not failed this city.
You have failed.
It's almost
anyway,
how often he says that is almost as bad as the Immortal Iron Fist.
I am the Immortal Iron Fist.
So these are the chibis.
I'm also a very, very whiny teenage boy.
Yes, he is.
It is blue. It is blue. It's kind of like a bluish purple color. I did a weird mixture.
Here's the thing. I have a limited crayon box. This fits closer to the purple than the blue of my simplified crayon box that I, as a man, have.
Hey, do not stereotype yourself.
Hey, it's very apparent to me. Like they have those, if you have so many rods or something like that in your eye, you can tell the different colors.
We did that test once, didn't we? You and I, where we had to count.
And I couldn't count half of them.
And
right?
I counted 5 or 6 more than you did.
Yeah. There's a reason why I use hex codes for my colors. I go find something, I use a dropper, I'm a coder, I get the hex code, and that's what I use because, hey, to me, it looks pretty much the same.
It's true. Okay, so these are our chibis that are going to go to subscribe only. So if you are not currently a subscriber, after today, they are not going to be available for anyone that is not a subscriber of the channel. And if you have the winning vote, or the winning name for any of these chibis, I will attribute names to you.
Ooh.
Which actually is kind of a thing. If you hover over them, you can see like the name of it and like the attribution.
So you'll go down in history.
Oh my God.
We just watched Wizard of Oz as our kids. So you'll be history.
Yep. Anyway.
Name the monk hammer. And the druid time.
Are you talking about Arm and Hammer?
Works.
Are we working? Are we playing off of Weston's character in your game, Jerome?
I don't think so. I think that I think we can only name him Hammer if he has the first name of RC.
Oh my gosh, I'm not the only one in a weird mood tonight.
Nope.
Okay, cool. So those are those. Oh, we're not going to show the other ones?
Oh. They can see all the other
dragons.
Ones. Click down below. Go to the emojis.
Hammer time, too legit to quit. The other one is it's tricky to wrap around. That's right on time. It's tricky. It's tricky. That's the same era. Not the same person.
Yeah, same era. I'm like, I don't think it's the same person. All right.
Whatever. There's a whole bunch of adorable
so go downstairs,
ones.
Everyone, in an exercise of solidarity. Let us all drop emojis.
Drop the new
Everyone
dragon
go
emojis.
and drop your favorite new emoji that we have. I personally am a huge fan of the little dragon with the chef's hat.
I know, it is so cute.
The little chef's hat dragon is amazing.
It is so cute. I don't know why
I can't decide between him and the one with the hamburger. I
love the hamburger one. There's the hamburger. There's a couple of book. I think there's 3 book ones.
There are because I couldn't help but see.
We loved the book
This
ones.
is Hayley Dragon.
Follower emotes can only be used. Okay, so you have to follow. I think everyone that's on the chat right now is following. So,
If you're not a follower, now is a chance. Get one of the dragons here at the bottom of the screen, and also be able to use these new custom emojis for the channel.
We're also going to be naming the dragons too.
Everything
that was
is
actually something I'd already decided that
everything's going to be named. We'll do a poll
because these dragons are our mascots. So, it's a thing. Anyway, so we're going to get down to our game now, because last week we ended on a pretty intense revelation that there were 2 freaking automatons about to attack us from an emissary from Cheliax and from Baldwin. So we should probably gotta go. I gotta go setting up for my game. Oh, okay.
Did you play tonight?
Oh, I didn't know you played tonight. For some reason, I thought you played next week. You play next week though, right? Because I think I should be able to watch. I was excited to watch you guys.
I don't know. You'll have to go check their schedule, which I imagine they have on the Twitch.
Okay, cool. All right, well, have fun. Good night. Mwah.
All right.
Well, that's lame. Have fun tonight.
So, Hayley.
Yes. Sorry. Squirrel.
There are squirrels. I want to go find a monster. I'm going to make a monster out of a squirrel. It's going to be like a couple of challenge ratings below ours, and it'll be for every, anytime you can throw down a certain number of channel points or bits to have a squirrel. And Anna will get randomly attacked by squirrels.
By a squirrel.
I think it actually needs to be like a spell.
Idea.
I want it to be a spell, actually.
No,
it's a spell that randomly happens, and if you do that, Anna will suddenly have to do a reflex save or take 2d4 piercing damage. as the squirrel bites her. Throw it in the chat if you like this idea.
I'm so down for this idea.
Oh, he says next game is 9/16.
9/16, yeah, so it's in 2 weeks.
Yep. So if you like this idea, throw it in the chat. I don't know. I think I'd do it for bits, maybe 100 bits or something like that. And to do a squirrel. And Anna will suddenly get thrown a squirrel. She'll have to do a reflex save. And if she fails, she takes 2d4 piercing damage.
Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with this. Okay.
It is now a thing. It is now canon.
And maybe if somebody would like to donate. Oh, a Flyboy24. Thank you for gifting a subscription to the True Ferret. She was actually a guest on the show last week.
True Ferret, hello. She was on Wednesday of this week. Yes. She was on our show with Family Gaming Experience.
And I had a horrible migraine, so I couldn't be on the show last
sad.
Wednesday, which was slightly sad. Okay, I'm sorry. Stop getting distracted, Weston. Tell people what happened last week so we can kick some automaton trash.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
I am ready to slam it with something hard.
Really? Hey, Hayley, guess what? Squirrel. All right, so we are back. Last week, they had to return. Our party had to return from the battle at the prison camp with where they rescued the Hell Knights who had defected from Cuthwaldwin's forces. Anna found many of her friends there. However, because of certain choices, they did lose half of the members of the Hell Knights group.
Yeah.
They then began their trek back, and with some successful survival and stealth rolls, managed to make it across the border
without losing anybody.
And getting back to the prison, getting back to the war camp. There, you talked briefly with the Domina, had a bit of conversation with Farmer Magdalene, who had moved out of your tent. Yep. And had
to give Anna and Az alone time.
Yes. Said hi to Michael, Sir Michael, back in his tent where he was busily making up gowns for the big meeting that would be happening the next day. You and Az were, of course, invited to that, and you came in and found all of the main nobility of Ravenel there. The Domina began speaking when suddenly things were interrupted, as an emissary from Cuthwaldwin had arrived and had demanded to speak with the Domina and the council. The Domina had been about to say no, and then they came in. And there they began to tell the Domina to just leave Cuthwaldwin alone. We're not worried about you right now. And she's like, no, you're not going to do what you're going to do. And they said, yes, we are.
They were bum faces.
Yes, they were. And in that moment, as Anna knew bad things were about to happen, out of the corner of her eye, she could see a figure step up behind the Domina, and suddenly the Domina was in pain. You couldn't even see what happened exactly, but you're pretty sure you know.
Just.
As the Domina let out this gasp of pain and began to fall, the two large figures there revealed themselves to be automatons. Much nicer and in better conditions and better made than the ones you remember previously.
They're not the cogwork automatons we had seen before.
So.
And Weston painted them, and they look really
I did,
really
and we're going to actually begin tonight. We begin with combat. as soon as Sirenscape, which provides our music and sound effects, decides to load properly for me.
And this terrain is actually brought to you tonight by Terreno by GameGearMaster.com. They are currently doing a Labor Day sale. If you are interested in any of the things that we use in our terrain, you can build for yourself at home and go to
GameGearMaster.com
and put in promo code Party of 2 RPG, and you will get 10% off.
And here's what we've got tonight.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, let's give you the lay of the combat. So you are in the Domina's tent. As the combat begins, of course, you can imagine all of the nobility run and begin to run out. However, you have stepped up towards...
I jumped in front of the dude because I thought he was going to try and attack the Domina.
But
I didn't expect her servant to be a freaking traitor.
No, you didn't. So let's go ahead, and we need to start tonight by rolling some initiative.
I feel like you just sounded like the microphone dude from My Hero Academia.
All right.
You guys know what I'm talking about. Didn't you just sound
Let's go beyond plus ultra.
Plus ultra. Okay. Here we go.
What you got for me, Anna?
36. What's up? Let's get this party started.
So, here's what I'm going to do. Technically, you did not get first in initiative.
What?
However, you jumped the gun.
Sneak attack round.
So I'm going to let you have...
Yes.
I'm going to let you have your movement and a single action.
I am going to slam with all of my ability using Certain Strike. I'm going to attack the son of a motherless goat that's in front of me.
Okay, so you are attacking the cloaked figure, the emissary.
The emissary, yes. Okay, and this is with my bastard sword. Hold on. No, don't do that. Stop it. Okay, there we go. Sorry. I'm still trying to get used to how this works on my clicky click. Because as anyone that knows, my...
her physical dice have betrayed her recently?
So I've got a 24 plus 8, so...
Oh, geez. So 32.
32 to hit.
You will hit.
Fantastic.
Maybe. Possibly. Roll your damage.
I'm like, are you being serious right now? I can't tell. Okay. So there's 2d8. 1, 2, 5, 9 plus, so 17 plus 1d6. Ooh, 17, 5, 32, 22.
22 points of damage. So you come up and you swing. Tell me. You run up, you swing at this cloaked figure. Tell me.
Straight for the head. Straight for the head.
You're going straight. You are going for the headshot, right?
She does not fool around. She's jumping straight in the front and with both... Yep, this is two hands. She's using two hands on the bastard sword. She's swinging it around and bringing it right, like a bat almost, down.
As you come down, and as you are in the motion of swinging, he's there. As you're in the motion of swinging, his reaction will trigger.
What? No.
And he instantly switches places with the automaton that was there. So now tell me, what was that hit again? 32, right? You still hit.
But this is the bastard sword. I don't have it written down here. Is it the adamantine?
It is.
Or is the other one the adamantine?
Tell me, what are these runes on your sword?
Evocation, force, magical, impact. Hold on.
It has an impact, not a fire?
No, there's no fire.
Then it is your adamantine weapon.
Okay, it is the right one. Okay, so it's the right one. Okay. So it's 22. It was 22 points of damage.
All right, it takes 22 points of damage.
In your face, you stupid coward!
Let me check.
She's just going to yell in anger.
However, how much of that was force? Do you know how much of that was force damage?
5.
5. Okay, so it's 5 less.
So it was slashing and 5. Oh, frick. It's immune to force damage? Really? For the love of all that is mighty. Guys, I've been creating new swear words. Hello, Raw Positive Gaming.
Okay. That is your free action that you get, is that attack. It's now going to attack you.
Okay.
So you take this swing at it, and you watch as it scrapes your adamantine, cutting through. It slices along like butter, but not deeply. But you do watch as it just slices through, leaving this gashed light strike where this blue light shines through. Okay. It looks down, and then pulling back its arm, it is going to attempt to punch you in the face.
Are you serious?
Okay, that is a 28 to hit.
That does not hit me.
It rolled a 5.
That does not hit.
All right, so it goes once with a punch, and then second time to punch one more time. This one is a 34.
That does hit.
That will hit. So, let's see. And as it goes to hit, it is going to punch down at you, doing 21 points of bludgeoning damage as it slams into your chest. As it slams into your chest and you feel this, I need a fortitude save.
Right. That's not bad. 31.
Okay. Successful.
Oh.
You are, yeah. So you feel punched, but you take it. You've been hit before. You're like, that's smart.
And I've got my armor on as well, right?
Yes, you wore your armor instead of your gown, which was an important thing you mentioned last time.
I did. I didn't want to wear the dress this time.
Okay, and then for its third action, you know what?
If the mix sounds weird, please do not feel badly to tell us in the chat. Because I know Jerome, who is normally the one that kind of monitors that for us, is out tonight. So if there is a mix issue, please let us know.
All right. And then for its final, it is actually going to attempt to grapple you, but it only got 22.
Oh, no, nope.
So it attempts to grab a hold of you. You move out of the way, and that is the end of its turn. Anna.
It's my turn.
You're now up again.
Okay, I am going power attack. Straight full force. So I'm gonna take the bastard sword and I'm gonna attack with it, but I also kind of want to shove it almost as flavor. So the vision is that I've got the sword and I'm bringing it down, but I'm also kind of trying to shove it away because I'm trying to get at the guy behind it. I want to kill it.
That might be, flavor, but he's not gonna move unless you actually want to use one of your actions to do the shove. Which you can do.
Yeah. You know what? Yes, we are going to do that. We are going to try and shove him. Where is Bruce and all this? Oh, he's over there.
Sorry.
Okay. Yes, I would like to try and shove him.
Okay, athletics check.
Oh, that sounded very similar to McDonald's. 37?
You succeed.
I shove him backwards.
You do. Wait,
How far?
let me double check. I want to double check one thing on the rules here.
I think it's only 5 feet when I shove, though.
Yes. Let me double check here.
Can you guys see how big these things are compared to my guy? There's my girl. She's tiny, and then these guys are massive. They're huge.
Yeah, you succeed. So, you push him back 5 feet.
Can I shove him back
Yep, just move him.
this direction?
Sure, you shove him. You shove him in the direction you want to shove him.
I'm trying to get to that guy.
All right.
There. Oh, I didn't mean to move him. I'm sorry. Okay.
Now I am going to inform you of one thing, though.
What?
If you shove first, so you're shoving and then moving and then
shove
hitting.
is one action.
Yeah.
And then this guy's in the direction too, right?
He's next to you.
He's right next to me.
Yep,
so
he's right next to you.
He's still in melee.
He is.
So I want to attack him then.
Okay, go ahead.
Shove that dude and attack that dude.
All right. This will be at a -5. Shove is considered an attack.
What? That's bull hooky.
Also, just so you know,
what?
Shove action required you to have one free hand.
I did.
So your damage roll with the bastard sword is less.
What is it? Hold on, let me open my...
It should show you on your path builder.
I'm looking. So there's my minus damage.
So the way the bastard sword works is you get
That didn't
yeah.
work.
If it's one-handed, it's 1d8.
Oh,
If
it's only 1d8.
or in this case 2d8. I think or is it 3?
It's 2d8 right now.
Okay, then that is.
If I do power attack though, then it would only be 2d8 instead of 3.
No, it'd be if you power attack, it'd be 3.
I know, but I'm saying if it's one-handed though.
No, what it does is if you're doing it two-handed, they're d12s. If they're one-handed, it's d8s.
Then the damage last time should have been higher because I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Because it just tells me d8s here instead of d12s.
I'll have to take a look at Path Builder, but yes. So
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to attack, power attack this mofo, and I'm doing at a -5. 30
So
meets beats.
yeah, in our table, meat speeds. I was interesting to find out
Unless-
this last week that in D&D rules are that high goes to defender in D&D.
Oh.
So, but our table, it's always been meat speeds.
Meets beats. Okay.
You hit.
So fantastic. So it is 2d8 plus 1, but it is a power attack. So there's one additional, right? Right.
Correct. One more die.
Right, so I'll do that. Not add a d8. 27.
27 points of damage.
However, 2 of that is force.
Okay, so 25.
Right, so 25. And that is my turn. I am going to have Bruce, for his action, just move over back. I'm going to send him through the opening to get to the other side of the that.
He's going to try and get past the tom-toms.
Yes, he's going, and I know, but he's very agile.
Okay, then give me an acrobatics check
For Bruce, okay.
for Bruce.
All right, here we go.
Let's see if he gets through.
I just pull this up. Okay, so it's acrobatics is 17. Oh, 17 plus 17 is what?
34.
34. So it's 34.
He gets through.
Yes. Okay. All right, hold on. I can't. Can you move Bruce over here? So like he's right outside the door now. What, is he going to fart him to death?
Yes. Is he attacking him? I don't know what he's doing.
No, I want him to be on the other side, ready to attack.
Okay, so he's flanking him.
Yes.
Okay, that's not what you said.
You positioned him as if he was going to...
Well, I thought you were sending him out to go get help or something.
No,
Okay, so you were wanting to flank him. Okay, cool.
I'm flanking.
Okay, that's a little different. All right.
He's not farting, he's flanking.
You could do both technically. It's an involuntary action. I always at my table farting is a free action. Okay.
We have 3 little boys. It's not my fault. Okay. That's the end. That's all of my turns.
Okay.
That only took 45 minutes.
That is all. All right. The second, the one that you have not attacked is, the one you just attacked now is going to, of course, retaliate.
But I'm so pretty.
So he's going to attack you.
Look at my cute horns. Yes, that was a very girly thing to say.
He's going to attack you twice. The first attack is a 37.
Rude.
I'm guessing that hits.
Yes, that hits. Like really well. Like that's just like.
All right, that is 24 points of bludgeoning damage.
Right.
And I need another fortitude save.
Okay, hold on. Come on. Oh, that's good. 36.
36. All right, success.
These digital dice are so much nicer to me than my physical dice.
They're being very
right
much
now.
nicer to you.
I haven't even touched my physical dice because the last couple of times we've played, every time I've touched my physical dice, it's been like less than 10, normally a 1.
And then the other thing he's going to do.
So it was minus 24? Or just 20?
What? He's going to take a step to get in your way. to protect the emissary.
Okay.
Okay. Now it is the emissary's turn.
What was that sound? Is that you?
Sorry, I think I keep hitting my mic
I think you do too.
stuff here. So, emissary's turn. So, here's what the emissary... So, he's standing there. He looks over at you. Gives you a wry smile. Cuthwaldwin told me of you. And then he is going to cast a spell. And he puts forth his hand, and you watch as his hand reaches under his cloak. In one hand, he grabs a hold of something around his neck. With the other hand, he reaches his hand towards you. What? And begins to mutter under his breath. And I need a fortitude save from you.
Wait, I don't know when these comments came in, but that nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition and the Three Amigos reference. Like, what?
I'm guessing that's a Three Amigos reference. I haven't watched that movie in so long, and I don't think Hayley's never seen it.
I have seen it, but I was like 13 and very high on drugs because I just broken both of my arms.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Right. So roll your fortitude save and let me know if it breaks.
Another fortitude save.
Beats a 27.
Yes, it does. That's 36.
All right, 36. Ooh, barely critically succeeding. You watch as he grabs a hold of something here at his neck and reaches his hand towards you and does a pulling motion. And you see the blue light of a gem around his neck as he attempts to rip at your soul.
No, she's going to turn and scream at Az and be like, he can do the soul thing!
And so, taking half damage, he does the full thing there, but it's only half. Ooh, he rolled well, though. You still take 20 points of damage there, of negative damage as he attempts to rip your soul. And you do watch, though, as some of the blue soul light, being a champion of Pharasma, you watch as some of the energy of your soul drifts along down into the amulet.
You can't have that.
And glows on him.
Oh my gosh. Hello, Skag darling. How are you tonight?
So, and then with his third action, he is going to actually just kind of hunker down kind of behind and try and get like even more cover behind his automatons.
Oh my gosh. Such a coward. All right.
In the back. So, as
I made the Three Amigos reference? I did?
I don't think Hayley realized it.
What did I say?
It was a sweater! A sweater! As well as the part I remembered the most.
The only one that I know for sure is a Three Amigos thing in my head that I pull out is, agar, agar, look up here, look up here.
See, I remember it's a mail plane. So, I want you to roll me a perception check.
All right, I can do that.
I want to see what you perceive here.
All of the things. I perceive everything. Oh, I really do. 35.
Okay, 35. You really perceive here. So, a couple things you perceive. You know that Domina is down. And it's attempting to be shielded by Dominic.
Holtaro. Is that her piece of crap servant that sliced her?
Yes. She is attempting to stab the Domina again and fails. The Dominic is able to get in her way. Good. You also watch as out of the corner of your eye.
She get on the table. Yes! Yes!
Farmer Magdalene runs up, hops in a little halfling style, like parkour, jumps up high on the table, coming down to try and attack this assassin.
Halfling, parkour! Parkour!
Yeah, halfling parkour. And you watch as she comes down and stabs right into the arm of this assassin.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's Az's turn.
Az?
So, Az is going to, seeing all this, Az is a little flabbergasted. And he is going to,
He's going to, Okay.
All right, this is a brand new spell for me, so give me 1 second while I'm just making sure I'm doing it right. Okay. So as seeing these three there, they're all in the corner. He's going to use his ability to isolate Anna and avoid her hitting her with the spell. Because I do have, I took that feat. Mm-hmm. And so Az is going to take some of his own ethereal soul energy. You watch as suddenly from him, you watch as the blue lights come forward and he condenses them in his hand and then straight up Kamehameha waves over at this, doing Spirit Blast. Ooh. So I have to roll, all three of them have to roll fortitude saves.
Wow. I like it.
Okay. Surprisingly, I did it in order from one side to the other. Both automatons failed. The emissary succeeded.
Of course he did.
So you see, what was this? This was in a 30 feet, 66.
I need to stress eat a cinnamon roll right now.
I have to check one thing. It's a Spirit Blast. I'm wanting to make sure, is this a cone or a circle?
Your head comes to a point. Now I'm all about the movie references tonight.
Oh no.
What did
so,
you do?
Az does this because this is innately what he would do. So, the guy succeeds, but he still takes half damage. He takes half of 64 points of damage, but it's halved. So that is 32 points of damage that the emissary still takes.
With the stuff and the things and the coolness.
However, you watch as the soul energy that he blasted out just washes over the two automatons, unaffected at all by the magical energies.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
Oh, son of a motherless goat.
Yes, son. Oh, that's what that. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's you, scum-sucking pig, you son of a motherless goat.
I say son of a motherless goat, and I say holy mother of pearl. And for Pete's sake.
So Az spends his 2 actions doing that. Sees now that, that didn't do anything. And then he is going to spend his 3rd action to... Oh, great. Just close my character sheet real quick. Give me one moment. Okay. Let me get back to my stuff. He's going to use his 3rd action to cast... he's
Fireball.
Actually... No, I can't do that with that 1 action. No, sorry. Let me see. What are my 1 actions I got?
Cinnamon roll was really good, in case you were wondering.
We were all wondering because we're sitting over here not eating it.
I know. And I am, so...
There's my... Okay. He is going to cast True Strike with his final action to give himself advantage on his next attack. Okay. All right. Hayley, you rolled a really high perception check.
I did.
With that perception check, there is one other thing that you do see. You also do see that over in the far corner, by where the two nobles who were not able to escape, there is a shimmer between them. And then you watch as that shimmer walks suddenly gets closer to you. And you feel a kink off of your armor.
Attack of opportunity.
Go. They ran towards you. But wait. But then suddenly they try and back away. So I will give you an attack of opportunity because they would hit and then back away. They are invisible, so you need a DC 5 flat check.
Okay. Which one? DC 5 of what?
It's just you have to roll D20 and roll higher than 5.
Yeah, we good. That was a 17.
All right, go ahead.
Freaking stupid. 34.
34 points of damage.
No, that was an attack roll.
Oh, that was your attack roll. All right, that definitely hits.
That hits? Okay.
Actually, 34? That crits. Roll your damage.
36 points of damage.
Is that with the doubling already? 36 points of damage.
Yeah, that critted.
All right. You knock, and as you do, you watch as its invisibility drops, and now that it has been cut and wounded. And as you watch, another assassin is now backing up.
Oh my gosh! I don't recognize who
towards them. You do not recognize it.
Okay. Is there anything about him that seems familiar at all? Like, is he an elf? Is he a human? Is he a dwarf?
I will allow you to do a recall knowledge check.
On my turn?
Right now.
Right now. Okay.
Right now. I'm going to give it to you right now.
Oh, frick. Which one's recall knowledge?
It's you roll D20 and then you got to pick a skill and you convince me how you're going to, why that would allow you to have knowledge about this individual.
Okay. I am going to go with warfare.
Okay.
And let me roll the D20 really quick. The D20 ended up being an 18.
Okay.
And my law is plus 14.
What? Yeah.
Where I'm coming from with this is that it's she has been trained in different fighting styles and different cultures and whatnot to try and make sure she understands how the tactics are for the different individuals.
You would recognize this as being in the garb of a Hell Knight listener.
Son of a...
So that is one of the spies and assassins for the Hell Knight Order.
All right.
Okay.
Female or male?
Male. This one's male. Now, there's one other thing that has to happen before the end of the round.
What? Oh my gosh, do we have layer actions?
No, but the Domina has failed her first death save. She is now down 1 death save. And actually, I need to double check the rules. She nat 1'd. So let me double check the rules on death saving throws in Pathfinder. Oh, Flyboy just gave a hero point.
Flyboy.
I will allow
Yes.
Anna to sacrifice a point to give her advantage on this.
This is just for Son of a Motherless Goat. I freaking love it. Thank you. Okay. Yes, please re-roll that for her.
She failed again. But didn't critically fail this time.
So
it's not crit fail.
So it's not 2.
Not
it's
2.
Just 1.
But she is now down 1 of her 4 death saves.
Right.
So the Domina is now dying on the floor there.
Does Dominic say anything, or does he just?
He's there helping defend against the assassin.
Right.
Him and Farmer Magdalene are fighting the assassin that is currently trying to get its dagger again into the Domina and has not yet succeeded in doing so.
Right.
So, next round.
Next round.
That enforcer is going to walk up there.
This is what Hayley's doing right now.
And he is going to attempt to once again. Actually,
it's the little burger one, dragon.
Yep.
She's stressing.
You guys are one right after the other.
I haven't had my turn yet, though.
No, it's his turn first. No, but I'm saying you and Az are right behind each other.
Because he's last and I'm first?
He is, the automaton goes first.
Oh,
he's first in order.
Never mind.
You watch as suddenly opens, his mouth just detaches, and the glowing light inside of his mouth as a scream. And I want you to do a religion check. I want you to do a religion check for me right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Just tell me your dice roll.
27.
27. All right. You in this voice, because you are connected with the spirits and the souls, you hear in this scream not only one tone, but all of the voices of a multitude of souls that are held within the gem at the heart of this creature as it lets out its soul shriek. I need a fortitude save from you and Az.
38.
Dang, you're rolling good tonight.
I needed some good karma because the last 4 sessions I've had horrible karma with my dice.
Az succeeded by 1, which is good.
Good.
Because as they now, let's see, wait, how many? What dice? I had what dice it was, and then I lost. Okay. Okay. As you only take half of the 41 points of sonic damage, that is 20 points of damage sonic damage to you and to Az.
Okay.
And you were lucky that you succeeded that saving throw because there would be other things if you failed.
But I succeeded. So
You did. You succeeded. All right.
Okay.
So that was 21 points of damage.
21?
Yeah.
I thought it was just 20.
And that is the end of its turn. Anna, you're up.
All right. She is going to kind of...
Someone give me some villain points. Come on.
No, you can't have any villain points. Uber
points.
Geek
Villain
Media and
points.
Seasonal Bard are not here to
Come on,
throw
guys.
chaos into this
Uber
right now.
Geek.
So
I don't know if we're not connected somehow, so I can't message you right now.
Well, I mean, technically you could if you got on Twitter, but
I'm not on your Twitter.
he's probably streaming right now. They're normally streaming right now.
All right.
Okay. She is going to. She's obviously kind of shaken a little bit from the screaming of all of the voices in her head, being able to hear all of that, and she's just like full blown like revenging angel, kind of pissed off. So she is going to attack with power attack.
Mm-hmm.
The one that is right here, that is directly between her and Bruce, so that he is flat-footed.
All right, go ahead. Now I'm gonna ask you a question.
Hero point.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question actually. DM's gonna help out a little bit here. Are you sure you want Anna to go first?
I don't have a lot of faith that she could push him. That Bruce could push him down.
But if he does, and he gets the free action, he gets one attack action each round.
Well, he gets one action. It's either a movement or an attack.
Yeah. And he's already in place.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's. Okay. All right.
So I'll take those rules as his.
Let's
so
just
go ahead
try.
and roll.
So I'm gonna use a hero point here because that was a really abysmal roll. We're gonna try this again.
Okay, you
ladies
currently
and
have
gentlemen.
3 hero points.
His attack is different though.
What do you mean his attack is different?
His attack is only a plus 17. So if I just roll a d20, what am I talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What did you roll? And that one? All right. So as he bites down, he chips a tooth on the metal.
Oh, that's so
outer
awful.
shell of this automaton. So yeah, he fails. So
that did not work.
That did not work.
He kind of goes.
Yeah, he does.
Because it hurts. So
now you get your 3
Anna's
actions.
going to attack 37 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, and that is with power attack. So we're going to do damage plus... Oh, so wait, these are supposed to be D12s. If she's doing it with two-handed.
It takes an action to re-grab.
Why?
It does. You can free action let go, but to bring your hand back into 2-hand is an action according to Pathfinder rules.
Jason, you and I need to have words. That is a stupid rule.
But you're not moving it all this turn, so it's still
it's fine.
you still got your 2 actions.
So we'll just do the D12s. 1, 2, 3, 9, 6.
Which one are you power attacking?
16. That one.
Okay.
16 plus. Oh, I don't even need to do that. So 16 points of damage.
Okay.
For him. And
did you add your strength?
Oh no! So yeah, no. So 22.
Okay, so 22.
So it's actually
points
22.
of damage. I want to check something real quick. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the force does not affect him.
Thank you for the hero points.
All right, so 22
Everyone,
points of
they
damage.
really do help, even though sometimes I roll a nat 1.
So 22 points of damage against the one that
directly
the emissary is behind you.
of me.
Okay.
Facing front of me, facing Bruce, and that's technically all of my everything.
Yep, that is all your actions. So the enforcer that you just hit.
Wait, would it be an action for my wings to pop out? Not to use them, but just to pop them out.
I don't believe so. Nope.
It would not be an action.
It's not an action.
Okay, she's like kind of has these two massive automatons hanging out underneath her. She can feel like just the physical anger and just that adrenaline running through her veins, and suddenly like her wings just pull out and like shoot air everywhere as they're extending. Now she has wings.
Now she has wings.
They're like bat wings. Mm-hmm. They're big.
As these demonic wings pop out, the automaton in front of you, unfazed, is just going to begin to start trying to pummel you. So first attack is a. Let me do my math real quick. That's a 19, 39.
39?
I'm guessing that hits.
Oh, thank you so much for the extra hero points. We got 2 more hero points from Flyboy.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no, the same ones that I've already attributed those to you. So you still have 3. You already have. Those? You still have 3.
Oh, okay. I agree. So wait, what was it? What's happening?
37 hits you.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Does a 35 hits you as well, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's going to pummel you twice. I need 2 fortitude saves from you.
Okay. $33 for the first one.
Okay.
Oh, 25 for the second.
Okay.
Dang it. So, I do not like it when the DM smiles like that.
So, to start off, damage done, because he pummeled you and hit you twice. Mm-hmm. With both of those together, you take. Let's see. Let me do this math real quick. 49 points of bludgeoning damage.
Are you serious?
To Anna, as this thing just punches you in the face and then right in the gut. And since you failed your fortitude save, you are paralyzed for 1 round. Next turn, you cannot take any actions that require the use of your body.
Okay, well, with those 2 hits, you hear the smashing sound of bone as 3 or 4 of her ribs break.
Yep.
And her shoulder and collarbone just like fall into itself, and she has blood coming down now out of the side of her face. She's not looking good.
She's not looking good at all.
Very rough. Like rough. Not like dog rough, but like rough.
All right. And
it's bad.
Yeah, it is bad. So seeing you down like that. Let's see here. Let's go for that. The emissary's turn.
Okay.
So, I've got too many monsters in front of me. I've never been the best at managing the 50 billion monsters in an encounter. Give me 1 second. I had this up, didn't I? Okay, I had the spell up, and now I don't have the spell up. So I will get this spell up real quick.
And remember, everybody, the new emotes are in the chat.
Yes, they are.
Feel free to have fun with them.
So, as you are there and you are now bleeding and gashed, he looks, you hear suddenly in your mind the words, "Come, you don't need to fight. You can stay with us. You can come back home. I need from you a will save."
Can I tell you the number and then decide whether or not to use a hero point?
Yeah.
It's 24.
24. Okay. It would fail.
Okay, I'm going to use a hero point.
Okay, go ahead and use your hero points. I need you to tell me if it beats a 27. Wait, let me double check that. A 26. It's got to beat a 26.
Well, that didn't beat anything. It was 21.
21. You look up behind the automaton at the emissary, and you find yourself fascinated by him. You've been enthralled. You are fascinated. You can attempt a will save if there's any other actions. And you know, at the end of each turn, you can try that. But you can't attack him.
Oh my gosh. Okay. -2 on perception and skills checks. You can't use actions with the concentration trait unless they are or their intended consequence are related to the subject of your fascination.
So it's just like you are like...
Okay, I'm just like totally into him.
Yeah, you're totally into him and distracted by everything else around you.
Okay.
So you're now paralyzed and enthralled.
Okay.
The assassin is going to attempt once again to stab the Domina.
I don't think I have fascinated up on
I don't think you do either.
On the board.
Too many things. So it stabs down at the Domina, is again blocked by her protectors, thankfully enough,
God.
but does manage to, in that, get a knife into Dominic Holtero, and he is now taking damage and is bleeding from his arm.
Oh my gosh, this stupid servant. Is the servant like... Is she like a trained assassin in disguise? Like, what's happening?
All right, so now it's Az's turn. So Az has seen you drop and be very hurt. So Az is going to do what Az does best. And Az is going to, seeing you fall like that, he is going to cast one of his healing font spells. Mm-hmm. So with this, Anna, you will take... Okay, so it's 20. 69 points of healing from Az.
For half a second there, I thought you were going to say damage, and I was like, okay, well, Anna's dead.
No,
so.
Yeah, 69 points of healing.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait. I added that wrong. It was 23. 71. Yes. 71 points of healing from Az.
Okay. As you heard the sickening crack of the ribs breaking and going in, now you hear the opposite of like the weirdest sounding pops coming from her body as everything suddenly heals and pulls back up. Her shoulder kind of like rotates back into place and her collarbone is like up and you hear just goes and her wings flutter.
Mm-hmm.
Just
flutter,
like that.
Flutter.
Just flutter.
Okay. I'm done. Okay, and then he's got a single action left, but I don't really have anything to use with a single action. Actually, I do. Az is going to use his single action to cast Time Jump.
Okay. For those who do not know what this is, it actually stops time and Az is able to kind of go anywhere. So to everyone else, it looks like he teleported.
Yep. So Az is going to move to the other side to get behind them and out of their line of vision for further attacks. Okay. Because last time they were able to blast both of you because he was right behind you. Mm-hmm. And that will be the end of his turn. However, he teleported to the other side there. And there's someone over there. An assassin. Luckily,
there's another assassin over there?
No, remember the one that you attacked. I don't actually have them on the board at the moment.
Oh, you don't have... Oh,
okay. They're right. Because you got the mini right there. Can you put that one right next to Az? That will work. We're in a tight space here.
What is...
Those are two noblemen behind them.
Oh, okay. I was very confused. I'm like, who
They're
are these
just
people?
sitting there cowering in fear.
Okay.
And you are lucky that you're angled the way you are, because if they had done that blast spell the other way, you'd have two dead nobles on your hands.
I don't think anybody would have been happy about that.
Luckily, this assassin has now attempted to hit Az twice and missed on both of them. I rolled a 3 and a 5.
No, they're just very enamored with his beauty. It's very difficult to not be enamored by Az's beauty. He looks a little bit like Fabio.
So you are now. Here's the thing.
Weston doesn't even. Nope. Just moving on from that.
I'm reading notes like that. So you are now enthralled.
And I'm paralyzed.
And you're paralyzed, so you're not moving.
Nope, I can't do anything.
The automaton right here. Sorry, I'm like
Weston just keeps
destroying all you guys.
Smacking the mic tonight.
Is going to move over here towards this table. With one action, he's going to attempt to knock Farmer Magdalene off the table.
Come on, FM.
Okay, that
do it.
Is wrong sheet.
Got this. You got this.
Okay,
Love how
he
I'm
does
essentially just pep topping the friggin' dice right now.
I do love it. That is a 35. So, Farmer Magdalene does get knocked off the table.
She gets toppled off the table. Okay. Oh, she's toppling that way.
Well, it's just where I could put her. And then the last thing he's going to do is one more athletics check. Okay, which he succeeds at. And with that, he takes the table and throws it out of the way. Boom.
Oh my gosh.
Throws the table out of the way to get towards the Domina. And that would be the end of his turn. Anna, you are paralyzed at this moment.
I can't do anything.
Nope.
So I'm going to have Bruce just attack. He's
right,
gonna
go
do
ahead.
His
Yeah,
thing and attack.
You can send him, because you can send your actions to him.
Yeah. I mean, since I can't do anything, I'm going to send my action to him. So he'll have one action to move and one action to attack.
Yep. I will remind that Anna does have Glimpse of Redemption as a reaction every turn.
Can she still do that?
And she can still do that. It's done mentally. It's not a physical action she takes. So yes.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to have Bruce go attack. Okay, I'm going to have his movement be to move towards the assassin.
But where Az is?
One?
Okay, we'll just assume it since it's so tight in there.
So I'm going to send him over there to attack, and then I'm going to have him. So he's going to move, and then he's going to attack with his jowls. And his bite is a 17. So, ooh, that's a 30.
That will hit.
30 to hit.
All right, roll his damage.
Okay, and his damage is 2d8 plus 8. Okay, that's actually perfect. Oh, come on. 7 plus 8, so
15.
15. That sucked. 15.
However, they are also knocked prone now.
Ooh, oh, that's good.
So they are knocked down and have to get up on their next turn.
Okay,
that is, so Anna, that is all for your turn.
That's all she can do is have her dog, her gorgeous, amazing Cane Corso attack.
The other automaton.
What are you doing? Stop it.
He's going to come over to hit Az.
Oh. Az blink.
Wow, Az is lucky.
Why?
Let me see.
What just happened?
Did I manage to? Oh, still hit him on one, but failed on the other. I haven't rolled above a 10 attacking Az yet.
Oh,
this thing. However, he did hit him on one of them. So Az will take some damage. Where did I put that? Oh, wrong sheet. I need to move this back to the other side.
Yeah, you do, because you keep smacking.
Well, I guess because I use my right hand, and this generally is on the other side.
On the other side, yeah.
And so I'll have to switch that next turn.
Learned.
Sorry.
We have learned. Isn't that the point of what we do, is we learn things?
Oh, not heavy rolls. All right, so Az is going to take 21 points of damage.
Hey, Carney Sideshow. What's up? So Az is taking how much damage? Sorry, I got
21 points of damage, and then he has his fortitude save, which he succeeded.
Oh, okay, good.
All right.
Cannot have us both out of
Anna,
commission.
I am going to remind you.
Did I need to make a save?
Well, no, but I reminded you just a moment ago you could use Glimpse of Redemption during your turns, and you never use it to protect Az.
Can I do that now?
The only reaction she remembers is to attack.
She's a fighter. It's not her fault. Can she do? He can't. Okay, we'll do that next turn.
All right. So that is the end of that turn.
Sorry.
So what he is going to do now?
I'm not even touching the freaking table very hard, and it's like vibrating the entire camera.
Let me see. What does he want to do here? You know what? He is being who he is and seeing what's going on. This emissary.
Don't you dare run away. You little sneaky son of a goat.
He's just going to step back. He doesn't run away. You notice he just walks back towards the entrance and is just going to stay out of this.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to do something. Domina succeeded her last death save.
Oh, okay, good. So she's stabilized.
However, because Farmer Magdalene is now not there to also help defend, one attack hits Dominic and one hits the Domina. She has now failed 2 death saves at this point.
Wait, wouldn't the healing have because didn't he do an area effect heal?
No, he did a 2-action heal on you.
Can I?
So now it is Az's turn. I am going to.
I can yell?
On your turn, you do have an opportunity. For in this round, you have an opportunity to overcome the enthrall. So roll me a new fortitude will save.
Come on, Will. Oh, yes, 36.
Okay, you are no longer enthralled. So, seeing him move out of the way and seeing your friends get attacked, you shake your head for a moment and you're like, wait. Oh, I just realized the enthrall would have kept you from doing Glimpse of Redemption. Because by being paralyzed and enthralled, you couldn't do anything.
I couldn't do anything, no, so that's fine.
But you now wake up and you're like, wait, what?
Can I? I don't. Shoot, it's not my turn.
Nope.
I wanna tell Az that the Domina's dying again.
Yes. All right.
I don't like this, especially since these stupid automatons are destroying my beautiful pieces of furniture I made.
Okay. Yeah. Az is going to with this automaton right in front of him, who did manage to hit him. Ooh, you know what? No, he will. Az will be true to his healer nature, and Az will spend a turn because everyone in 30 feet,
which is everybody,
point. Like
including the nobles.
The only guys who have taken damage appear to not be susceptible to magic.
Yeah, that's true.
So Az is going to 3-action heal to hit everyone in the room.
Okay, I like this. I like this a lot.
Okay, 2 of the dice were somewhat low, so Az having his mask, that lets me re-roll the d8s. I'm going to re-roll 2 of those. One of them got a little better, the other one didn't. Okay, so he does 29 points of healing to everyone in the room. Okay. This will heal the assassin, though.
Oh, no! Can't you just, decide not to have it just go around?
Let me check my feats real quick. Let me see if I had that in my feats. I am actually thinking I might have.
Because I swear you have the ability to do that, to, just choose who within a 30-foot emanation. Up to 10. I have cinnamon on my knuckle. This terrain is brought to you tonight by GameGearMaster.com. You can get 10% off of your order to get the incredible templates and how-to build beautiful things like our sets.
I don't think I do.
You don't?
I don't seem to see it anywhere that I have that, so...
Okay, never mind then.
So they are healed. However, You watch as this energy, this positive life energy, washes over the two automatons. And you do see that it has an effect, as they are both slowed 1.
Wait, so life energy will slow them down?
Life energy just slowed them down.
Okay. How tall is this tent?
It's about it about hits their heads. But you will see with this, the Domina and Haltero both find themselves healed, but so did the assassin. But the Domina is now awake and alive and no longer dying.
Okay, good.
The other assassin, though, now seeing herself healed, is going to take advantage of this moment.
Okay, good.
Hayley.
A hero point.
I want you to take the noble that's next to the chest. Oh, I think I'm in a better position.
No! What? Did he just die?
They're only a noble, and they just got hit twice with the dagger of an assassin.
Oh, that's
So they're technically in death saving throws.
Is this like Is this like Electra, where she just like kills everyone, including the person that she's going after?
Yeah. Okay. The enforcer now is going to take a step towards the Domina. And he just rolled a nat 1 on his first attack.
Yes.
I don't have any villain points.
Don't give him one.
And then
do not give him a villain point.
Hayley, you want to guess what I rolled on my second attack?
A 1. A 20.
I rolled a 5, which it's a -5 on a second
So
attack.
it's a
0 plus his bonus. So
do not anyone out there give him
Domina.
a villain point to re-roll any of these.
Anna, you are now no longer paralyzed and no longer enthralled.
Anna is immediately going to she is going to run forward.
To do what?
To attack this dude.
Okay.
So she's going to move up here. Oh, shoot. Sorry. It's hard to do when I'm looking at the camera. Okay. So she's going to move up there, and she is going to double tap with both hands.
Power attack.
Power attack. Because she didn't drop it.
No, she didn't. She was paralyzed, not knocked out. So
she's power attacking some motherless goats.
And the automatons are not adjacent to him, so they cannot step into his place.
Freaking help him.
Go ahead.
Oh. 28.
That will hit.
Okay. Okay. And those are D12s because she has 2 hands on 1. 2. 3. And a D6. Okay, so 11, 18, 22, 31.
Seriously?
31 points of damage.
Okay, you watch it. You slam down this guy, and his face goes white, like, oh no. And then you slash into him, and he is bloodied.
Good. I'm gonna bring Bruce over. Can I? Would it? I'm not totally remembering. So that was
you ran Bruce all the way over to the assassin.
So I have all 3 of my actions. So Bruce can only come back over to me.
Yes, he can come back. He can either move to come back to you, or he is next to the assassin.
I want him to attack the mofo assassin. Did the assassin use 1 action to stand up because they were prone?
Yeah.
Okay.
They only took 2 actions.
All right. Well, then Bruce is gonna turn to attack said assassin. 17 plus 9. 26.
Okay, that hits.
Okay, good. I'm glad. That should
knock her down again.
That should be happening. So she is now. No, I attacked this time. They cannot move now. They have a negative 5 foot penalty for movement.
And they're knocked down.
For 1 minute.
Yep.
Hold on. Let me do the damage.
Yep, damage.
7, 8, 9 plus 8. So 17. So 70 points of damage. Your wolf tears tendons with each opening until the start of the next turn. Your strike that damages creatures your wolf threatens give a target a negative 5 stat foot penalty for this. Yeah, so they are -5. So whatever they were before. It's -5. Yeah, and the knockdown is 1 action, but the animal companion's last action was a successful Jaws strike. So it's saying that he would have to attack with Jaws first and then knock them down.
Oh, so it's a separate action?
So it's a separate action.
Okay.
So, right, but she's got it. He's got her, though. Like, in his jaws.
Yep. All right, then.
Okay. Good boy, Bruce.
Good boy, Bruce. So, the automaton that was attacking Az, hearing the emissary scream out, is going to turn around and start walking towards you.
Glimpse of redemption. I don't know. Can that work? Attack of opportunity.
Oh, do you even remember what either of those words mean anymore?
Yes, I know what they mean.
Okay. So he's walking towards you. You can't glimpse of redemption. I mean, attack of opportunity for him walking towards you.
I know. I just am throwing things out to see if any of them stick.
Woo!
If any of them stick. You guys were all warned at the beginning of tonight's session that I'm in a weird mood.
All right, so he's going to attack you twice, trying to pummel you. Does a 30 hit?
No.
Okay. And the next one's even less with a 28.
No.
He comes over swinging, and Anna, having swiped at and hit, she's bolstered and just dodges out of the way, bobbing and weaving.
She is like a ninja.
The emissary, now it is his turn. Okay. He is going to reach forward to touch and try and touch you with his hand.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not going to hit. That's not even close. That is a 26, which will miss as he attempted to chill touch.
She's I should have made a little fighter chibi.
Yep. And then he is going to attempt to take a step back.
Whoa.
He has only a 5-foot step, so it does not create attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, no.
Stop it.
Oh, no.
Stop it. What just happened?
Domina just got critted.
No!
So she currently is at 24 health points, right?
Hero point. Hero point. Hero point. Can I give her a hero point?
It wouldn't do anything. Remember, she is alive and conscious now. Oh my gosh. So
What just
where's
happened?
my real quick. We don't do this often ever in our
I'm just
game.
throwing this out. I'm just throwing things out.
So
there.
the Domina was down. She got healed, and then she got crit hit.
Are you taking pictures? You're taking a picture right now? Are you serious?
She got crit hit, doing double damage. I rolled 2 1s on the 2d6 damage, doing a total of 4 damage to the Domina. She is still alive with 20 points of health.
Even though it was a critical hit.
Even though it was a critical hit against her. At this point,
what I call lucky.
At this point, the Domina now, she gets cut with this blade, which didn't do much damage as they thought.
And she's like, what are you doing?
She stands up.
Oh, goodness.
And then you watch as she grabs a hold of this assassin. And you watch as this cold energy just lances over the arm of the assassin. As she cold touches on her.
Glimpse of redemption. No, this is Domina.
The Domina's doing it to the assassin.
Okay, I thought it was reversed there for a second. I was like,
nope.
Okay.
So,
okay.
You watch as the assassin now begins to shrink back, her arm frozen.
Nice, Synth Knight.
It is now... It's Az's turn.
Okay, Az.
So,
Okay,
Az now has healed. Oh my gosh, I just remembered something.
No, you don't have any villain
Okay,
points.
you didn't take any damage last time, right?
No.
Okay. Just because I remembered that the automatons only have 2 actions at the moment.
Okay.
Now Az is going to...
It's a Kodiak moment.
So these automatons seem to be immune to most damage. But as seeing this automaton right at you, coming at you, he's going to try something different.
Okay.
Come on, roll well. Yes. As Az puts forth his hand and a green bolt of light just shoots through this automaton as he uses disintegration. Disintegration, surprisingly enough, does not have a magical type. It simply deals the damage.
It just does the things.
Roll well on that. Oh, it did not roll that well.
He's only used it twice.
Yep, it does.
And both times he's not rolled awesome.
48 points of damage.
Against the automatons?
Against the automaton.
Okay, it's better than nothing. Hello, demonic wolf 79.
This automaton now is looking rough. You see as blue light is beginning to shine through cracks in its body and shimmer out. Anna, you can hear voices and moans and stuff coming from the automaton.
Is it Anna's turn now?
Nope. Top of the round. Actually. Unfortunately, Bruce is going to take some damage.
No, you hurt my dog. I will hurt you. You will not have a place to sleep
I did
tonight.
not roll well again. 4 points of damage.
Okay, that's fine.
To Bruce. It's a little Brucey. And then she missed with the second attack. But she did stand up. Oh, no, wait. She wasn't knocked prone. But she is going to attempt to move actually towards the Domina.
-5.
Yep, she doesn't move very far. It's a small area.
Cut. I'm just reminding you.
Okay, the enforcer that was at the top, that was about to approach the Domina.
Wait, how much damage did Bruce take?
Bruce only took 4 points of damage.
Okay.
I rolled bad. So, this automaton. Seeing that you guys are, it's the other automaton is about to fall, decides to come over, and it's also going to try and take some swings at you.
They've got me surrounded again.
However, it only gets to attack once.
Okay.
I once again roll low. That's only a 28.
That does not hit me.
Yeah, I've rolled, let me see, 5. The last 2 attacks against you were a 5 and a nat 1. Yeah. This is working out in Anna's favor.
Anna's doing pretty good. I mean, granted, she broke a couple of ribs and
Anna, you're
snapped
up.
a collarbone earlier, but, magic makes it all better. Okay, so the one that is looking really, really rough, that the soul stone is starting to kind of like break apart and is starting to... Can Anna reach out with her kind of blessing of Pharasma and grab a hold of that soul? This like not physically grab a hold of the soul, but grab a hold of the soul. It was a question that we had discussed previously on whether or not she could do this.
Anna can't. She's not skilled enough in the manipulation of magic.
Okay.
Az can. Hence, some of the abilities he has.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's fine. Okay, then she is going to, she's going after the emissary again.
All right, so she's going to turn around?
Well, she was already turned around.
Okay. Oh.
She got moved. I don't know how she got moved, but she was like right next to the dude because she just attacked him. She's like right there. Okay. So she is going to do power attack.
Okay.
Again. And
anyone that just showed up, anyone want to give a villain point?
No, they don't want to give villain points to you. They would like to give hero points to me. So that I have a better chance. You can also do little jump, exclamation point, jump, and get the little star, and it gives you little points
that you can use for bombs and other things.
And different things. Okay, so yeah, she's going to attack. So she's staying in that same place, and she is aware of the fact that the automatons are behind her, but she has a feeling that there is something. If she takes down this emissary, she feels like something's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So she is going to attack again.
You always can. It's just about the amount of challenges you got.
27?
27 will hit.
Okay. All right, so since she did power attack, I wish it did D12s because then I could just roll for damage.
However,
what do you?
No, he's not adjacent because they're flanking you. Okay. Go ahead. I was thinking that they could switch, but the rule says adjacent.
This is horrible. These are horrible rolls. 4, 8, 11, and 3. So, what is that? 4, 8, 11,
12.
Plus, so 19 plus 22. So 22 points of damage against.
All right, he hurts.
That thing.
He is definitely hurt.
On the backswing, because she's going straight down, she's going to create like an arc. So she's attempting to like embowel him, basically. Disembowel him. Like just cut him straight across the center. So she's going to bring back on the backswing, do like a little and then flip it around and then try to swing it back up and attack a second time with certain strike.
Okay, so -5.
-5, but it's certain strike.
Okay, go ahead.
No, it's -10 because
I
power attack is 2.
I thought you took a feat, so it would only counted as 1.
Just kidding. Listen to my amazing DM, who's like super honest. Natural 20!
Oh. Okay, roll it.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Dang it, I wish I had one of the automatons adjacent.
Okay, it's a 19.
So wait, 19 points of damage?
No, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 plus 8, 31 times 2.
Anna.
62 points of damage.
What do you do to this emissary?
Okay, so the first slice comes down and just goes straight across like his chest down his side, and it just like splits his skin open like a ripe cantaloupe. And then on the other side, she brings the sword straight back across him, and it just slices his head clean off, and it just goes onto the ground.
All right. And as you cut, she's cutting through the air, it cutting straight through his head. And as he's doing this, he's trying to back up, and his necklace flies up, and it cuts through not only his head, but straight through the gem of the necklace, releasing the souls at the moment of his death. I am going to give my player, because they are awesome. With this release, a blast of energy goes out, dealing 7 points of damage to both of these automatons for the soul blast that just occurred as you destroyed that soul gem.
I feel like there needs to be some cheers. Can we get some cheers from the chat? Because like that was really cool. That was really cool. There are some special emotes that you can always use.
There are, so take him out. However, I have a question for you, Anna.
What?
Does a 33 hit you?
Frick. Yes.
attack of opportunity from both of these guys as you attack the guy that is there and have your back to them.
That's not. No.
Yes.
That's not how attack of
You just sacrificed your defense to make a killing strike.
No, I didn't. Because that's not an attack of opportunity just because I'm attacking someone else.
Yes, it is. I give you attack of opportunity for that. That is the rules. If someone does a manipulate action, which attacking is a manipulate action by swinging your sword, and it's not at that person, they get an attack of opportunity.
I'll stop whining.
There's more things you can do than in D&D. So the first attack then, you will take 32 points of damage, bludgeoning damage, from the first attack.
Okay.
And 21 from the second.
Okay, Wait, hold on. 32, 21. There we go. Okay.
All right.
She's okay. She's still up. She's a little banged up, a little bruised.
And she needs to give me 2 fortitude saves.
No, she doesn't. The dude is dead.
Let me know if you fail a 27.
The dude is dead, though.
It doesn't matter.
No, she's fine. This is a 39.
39. Okay, did you do it twice, though?
Can that just count for both?
Nope.
Okay.
Give me a second one.
Oh, that's good, too. That's
all right.
a 33.
She succeeds both of them.
For those who just joined in the game, if I had lost that, I would have been paralyzed and would have to make a will save to see if I was also enthralled.
Yes, you would. All right, so it is the Enforcer's turn now. And he is actually going to once again release a soul shriek at you, blasting it out of the tent. I need a reflex save from you.
Okay. Natural 20
All right.
again.
So, this is actually it was a fortitude save, not a reflex. Natural 20. All right, so you definitely succeed. However, you do still take the half damage.
Wait, if it's a critical success, can we just do no damage?
No.
Okay.
Not unless you're a rogue with certain abilities.
That's true.
18 points of damage.
Okay, that's not bad. She's doing okay.
And then it is going to try and hit you with its last ability. Last hit.
Does Brutus
at a
have attack of opportunity?
I don't know. Take a look.
I'm looking. Go ahead.
And the last one will not hit. As he swings down at you, you are blasted by this shriek, and it moved you forward a little bit, and so you were out of his ability to hit you.
Okay. I just found a little caveat on the bottom of my dog's sheet that says he does automatically knock the target prone if he attacks and strikes. You were right before. So, wait, what was happening? What happened?
So, over here, Assassin attacking Az. Oh, wait, I guess Az actually gets to go first. So, Az goes first, and so Az blasted this one with this disintegration, and that worked. So he's going to do it again.
Do it.
Oh. And he missed. Hero point. I haven't used my hero point at all.
Az has a hero point too.
Come on.
So for those who may not be familiar,
yes,
you can do 1,000 channel bits for a villain point, or 500 channel channel points to do a hero point.
And I don't have any more now because all of them I think have gone to Farana, but he succeeded and he hit him.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, Synth Knight just redeemed a hero point. What?
Az once again brings his hand back, blasts at the one that is injured. 71 points. As the ray hits this automaton, it turns to dust. And you watch as everything about it turns to dust except the soul crystal in the middle, which just falls to the ground, clanking and sitting there on the ground below it.
Is it still blue?
Yes.
Okay, so the souls are still there.
One.
Two
it's
hero
down.
points.
Oh, I get hero points. Yay.
So you get one, I get one, or do you want both of them?
You already have 2.
I only have one.
Are you down to 1 now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can have 1.
I have one, you have one. Okay.
Villain point.
No. Synthite. Not that you guys giving him villain points has ever like actually like killed me or anything like that, but I'm always scared. And then when seasonal bard comes in, it becomes a completely different story.
Okay. Unfortunately, since Az was completely focused on attacking, he did not defend against the assassin that came up behind him. As Az takes 30 points of damage, getting hit twice.
I'm so sorry. I will stop shaking the table.
Anna, you can see Az.
The Glimpse of Redemption!
Oh, Hayley's used it for once.
Glimpse of Redemption.
Okay, so what happens?
So I turn and I look at him or the assassin. I don't remember if it's a him or her.
Yep, you see the assassin. It's a man. Coming and knife coming down towards Az's back while his hand is extended, having just disintegrated this automaton.
So mentally, I like fling almost like a virtual whip, sending out the power of Pharasma to this assassin, and I make him relive all of the moments that was like the moment of death for his victims, but then he can see the people that were left behind and hurt from that. So he's seeing the consequences of every person he's ever killed.
As you touch the mind and the soul of this creature, what you feel is off. It is wrong. And you feel 2 presences there. One normal and another imposing, somewhere connected. And it continues with the strike, but it is now enfeebled.
Yeah, it's enfeebled. Let's
and
discuss
as has
what that
resistance.
He gets a +2.
Yep, to his AC.
To his AC. Let me just go find all of the things that
I get a lot actually whenever you do that. It's actually
you get a ton.
You should be using that on Az every time he gets hit.
I can only use it once per round though.
There's only 2 of us.
Where is it? Where did it go? It's a freaking reaction. There is attack of opportunity.
I think it's my level +2.
Yeah,
resistance.
It's like 5 or something.
Well, my level's 11 now, so I think it's the spell's level or something like that. We can look it up in a minute.
No, you need to know what you're. Oh wait. There it is. Jeez, that only took forever. Okay, if he continues to move forward, ally gains resistance to all damage against a triggering damage equal to 2 plus your level.
Yeah, so 13.
That is 13. After the damage effect is applied, the enemy becomes enfeebled 2 until the end of its next turn.
Awesome. All right, cool. Anna, you're up.
So it's like you get 13 temporary hit points.
Yeah. Well, no, it's that it takes 13, subtract 13 from every attack they do against me for damage. So if they do 20 damage, they do 7 damage to me.
Okay.
So with them doing 2d6, they will probably not, it won't ever hurt me. There's like this glittering force field around me now.
Okay. So is it Anna's turn now?
Anna's up.
Okay. So she kind of shouts for Az, just like out of reaction to seeing what had just happened, and kind of like really quickly assesses whether or not she needs to go over there versus take out the other automaton. In that amount of time, does she have like should I make a perception check to figure out if I like which is the more dangerous of the two?
I will allow you to either the assassins or the automaton.
Yeah.
You can do one if you want to. Yeah. Or you can do this will cost you an action. I'll consider it a recall knowledge. You have to move to get Well, no, the automaton, it's large. It's considered large. So you're within striking distance of him.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So first I'm going to send it to Bruce, and I'm going to have him turn and attack the assassin again.
Okay.
I'm going to have him try and bite him and knock the son of a motherless goat onto the ground. So, pull out my dice. Get a D20. Ooh, that's a pretty number. That's a 29.
That will hit.
29 to hit. Okay. And the damages. 20. 2. 5, 6, 7. Plus 8, so 15 points of damage. And they are now prone on the ground. I'm assuming this wouldn't double up since they already had a -5, that this would now be a -10 because he is attacking again.
It just stays as a constant -5.
It's a constant -5. Okay, so I'm having Bruce do that. So now that mentally she knows that that's taken care of. She doesn't have to worry about that as much. So now she is going to attack the automaton. So she's going to turn and be like, yo, what's up, bro? And she's going to attack with both hands. With the power attack. Because who doesn't love a good power attack? Oh, 35 to hit.
That will hit.
Yes. What? 2. See, it's like really annoying. Oh, wow, this is really good. 12, 11, so 23, 27, plus 8, so 30.
35.
35, and then the force damage doesn't matter. So 35 points of damage.
Woohoo!
And then for her third action, her wings are still out.
Yes, they are.
It's going to be flavor. It's not going to be actual, like, it can't do anything. But with her wings out, she is going to use that power to kind of like float her up just a teeny bit and then like go straight at him and try to knock him prone.
Oh, so okay, do an athletics check.
Yeah. So does that make sense? So like she's kind of like lifting up and then using the amazingness of the bat wings that she has on her back.
So it's pretty much a shove action.
It's an athletics check?
Or a trip. You're trying to trip him.
Yeah.
Yep, athletics check.
Come on, baby. Oh, I was about to see so excited. The 28?
Nope.
Hero point?
You can?
Okay, we're going to try it again. We going to try it again, ladies and gents. Okay. That was almost a natural 20, and I was going to be so excited. Ooh, 35.
That will succeed.
Okay, so I'm knocking him down.
You knocked
completely.
Okay. So he is now knocked prone. Boom.
Okay.
And that is the end
and
of
that
your
is the
turn.
end of my turn.
Yep.
I can do nothing more.
So the automaton is going to use one action to stand up, grabbing you.
Why? You can't grab me.
And then he's going to punch you.
She has wings. He can't grab her.
It's not that. He stands up. His head's almost to the top of the tent. You can't go higher than he is.
No, I'm just saying he's down now.
But no, he just stood up. And now he's going to punch you twice. So that is a 35 and a 39.
Jeez. Okay.
So that will do then. So you get hit twice. 24 points of bludgeoning damage for the first strike. And 19 for the second. And I need a fortitude save. 2 fortitude saves from you.
Okay. 33 for the first one.
Okay.
I'm going to use my final hero point for this one.
Okay, final hero point.
$38.
Okay, so you succeed and are not paralyzed as he has pummeled you. I'm guessing things are getting close.
Essentially, she stubs her toes. She's down.
The assassin gets her hand off and stabs the Domina twice in the gut.
Glimpse of redemption.
Okay, it is a new. You've finished a turn. You can do
it's
that.
A new thing. Glimpse of redemption. Same thing.
Same thing. Okay.
Except this time, he sees what his soul is going to, what it's going to be like to have his soul ripped apart into itty bitty little pieces when he's on the other side.
Okay. You do this again, and you once again you touch this mind, and this mind, something's wrong. It is not normal.
Oh my gosh.
It is not human. And it and again you feel this presence there as well that compels, and it moves forward and it does attack, but she has let's see, it was level +2, so she has 8 resistance on both of these attacks, so that takes the damage way down on that, and so she will she almost takes no damage from those.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's good.
Az's turn.
Anna's basically laying down unmoving.
So Az once again gonna play his role in the party, and here comes some 2-action heals. So that is 24 plus 48.
Okay.
72 points of healing to Anna.
Okay, so I'm now at 74. That's awesome.
What were you at? 2 hit points.
I had 2
Oh,
hit points
wow. All right.
I told you, if she stubs her toe, she's going to die.
And then, as is actually for his final action, he is actually going to cast another single action heal on himself.
Good.
He was really bad. Oh, wow. I rolled 30 on that. So that is going to help Az quite a lot, because Az was down to like a fourth of his hit points.
That is really not good. You're a little wizard.
Yes. So that is all of his actions. And now, so he had last turn Bruce attacked the assassin. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they are now down. Mm-hmm. So they need to spend a turn to get up. They can spend an action to get up.
With a freaking Cane Corso attached to their bloody freaking leg.
And then they're going to try and attack your dog twice. And I rolled a 2 and a 5.
So neither of those are going
Neither of those are going to hit your doggy.
No.
Anna, you're now back up. You feel it. You feel suddenly this rejuvenation of energy. You look over and see Az.
The automaton is standing, right?
Yeah, he's right there in front of you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you want to stand him up? He's right there in front of you. And you're even a little closer to him, because and you're there flying, got your wings still out.
My wings. Well, I think those 2 hits probably made it so the wings are no longer functioning like wings. They're kind of just like hanging off my back here for a second. And Anna is going to move.
Okay.
Here.
All right.
So that he's now flat-footed.
Based on who?
Az
would not be. He's not close enough to do a melee damage. However, here's what I will give you. Bruce is technically on the other side of the assassin.
He's over here.
Yeah, so he's technically there. So I would say that from Bruce, he is flanked.
Okay, so let's go with Bruce. Okay, and then she's going to use 1 action to move there and 2 actions to power attack his baton.
Power attack it.
32.
32 will hit. Question for you.
Yes.
Do you put a rune on your weapon this morning, right?
Yeah.
So, does it stay a sword the whole time?
That would change the force damage if I changed it to something different.
It won't change the force damage, but it does different things, like ability to trip with both hands still on your weapon, ability to shove with both hands on your weapon, bludgeoning versus piercing versus slashing. Just flavor-wise, I'm just wondering, you've got this ability to change it from a sword into different things. Do you want to continue with it just being a sword?
I kind of, I'd like to change it into a giant warhammer, but that's bludgeoning damage and that would do nothing. So,
what do you mean?
Wouldn't it do nothing?
I don't know where you get that idea.
Because I guess the force damage is different.
Yep, the force damage is different.
Okay, so I want it to shimmer. It's gonna shimmer and shimmers.
All right.
I don't do magic, you guys, and it becomes a warhammer.
So Anna taking your sword, she stands up, swings the sword around, and in mid-swing, suddenly it comes around as a hammer, and then she comes straight down. Anna, let's see if you hit.
That was,
no, you already
that
hit.
Was a 32, yeah. So I'm so hold on. I've got to do it the other way because it takes too long to do it this way.
There's got to be a way for you to click and switch it to two-handed.
There's got to be.
Yeah.
Because this is obnoxious. Okay, so 16 plus 4, 20, so 28 points of damage. But 4 of that is still force damage.
Oh, okay. So you have more of that. Okay. So that's your first. That's your first attacks.
Well, that was her movement and her 2 attacks. So
okay,
she's done.
All right.
And Bruce is attacking that. Yeah. So she's good.
So you roll and you smash him down with with this hammer, and so he tries to come up and uppercut you, and fails. Not one on that. Second one, 29 to hit.
Nope.
Misses on that.
No.
I already redeemed that villain point. Okay. All right, then. So he just hits you once and hits you twice, and he misses on both hits. I am not rolling well tonight.
We like these things. Okay.
Domina's assassin, Dominic Coltero, jumps in the way. She goes to stab him with one, misses, goes for the Domina, hits, but Domina now has resistance. And so as he goes to stab her, this magical barrier blocks most of the damage and it just barely scrapes her.
Okay.
Az is up again.
Okay.
Az, seeing that the one thing that has worked in this whole thing is his disintegration ray, he will use the last of his 6th level spells to attempt to once again disintegration.
It is not the villain's night tonight, which is good because these are jerk faces.
No, it is not. They have this was like, ooh. So it succeeds in hitting. Oh, how do I want to do this? 67 points of damage from disintegration ray. He had 62 hit points left for this automaton as once again green ray blasting out from his hands disintegrates this guy, and now there are 2 blue glowing soul gems on the floor before Anna. And that was the last of his 6th level spells.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right. So, the assassin. Unfortunately, the assassin there attacks, but because of the glimpse of redemption, how long does that last? Does that only last 1 round?
Let me go double check that.
I think it only lasts the one round.
I think it's only the one round, but the...
Oh, but they were enfeebled too.
They're enfeebled too until the end of the next turn.
Okay, so this is not this would be the end because this is their attack. So
yeah,
they attack and they miss once because of your glimpse of redemption.
Okay.
And then as is resistance, I think lasts till the end of that. So yeah, it does no damage to Az. Anna, do you want to go clean up?
Yes. So first, she's going straight for the servant or the assassin next to the Domina. Mm-hmm. She's going to go straight over there and doing non-lethal damage. She would like to knock out said assassin.
Okay, so
the rules on this are different.
Yes, they are.
So she kind of like wants to like smack her on the side of the head with the pommel of her sword.
Okay. I will allow that. You can't apply your potency runes because those are on the blade of your weapon.
How do I turn those off? I don't know.
There is one other option for you.
What? Can I just punch her in the face?
No, but you have a shifting rune on your weapon.
I would like to make it.
You can technically let go of one hand. No, you can. You can let go of one hand and turn that thing into a sap and whack him over the head with it.
Okay, we're going to do that. So is it just like if it hits, then she's knocked out? Like,
yeah,
do I roll
if it takes them
damage,
down to 0, if it's non-lethal damage, then it takes them down to 0, but they're knocked out rather than death saving throws.
Okay, is it still the plus 24?
Yep, everything stays the same. This is the shifting rune.
Oh, for the love of all that is holy.
What?
It's a 26.
That will... Double check. Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Okay. And then since it's one armed, it's only D8s, right?
D8s, yep.
Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12 points of damage. No, 12 plus 8.
Is this the one by Az or the one by the Domina?
This is the one by the Domina.
Okay.
4, 3, 5, 8. Yeah, 20.
20.
Yeah, 20. Oh my gosh, math. Hello, what's up?
Okay.
So, so 20 points of damage against her for the first action, and then the second action, using certain strike. I'm going to do the same thing.
All right, go ahead.
If she is not down yet. Okay, hold on. I got to reset this. Natural 20.
There we go.
3. That is number 3. Big number 3. Big number 3, my lord. Number 3. Okay.
So I just, as a DM, you love it when your player feels amazing, but you also love it when you present a challenge. And it's funny because I just prepared the rolls for them to try and attack back at you, just in case.
No.
It was a 3 and a 7. I can't. My digital dice have betrayed me tonight.
So, this was a critical. Shoot.
Yeah, so double.
I like hitting the critical button and watching all the numbers. Oh, I'm sad. 26 times 2. Whatever that is.
52 points of damage. Anna, tell me, what does this look like as suddenly your great, this Warhammer, you let go with one hand, shimmery changes into this non-lethal weapon. Tell me what you do.
So, as she's like coming across the tent, and she kind of flings the Warhammer up in her hand, and as it is coming back down, it turns into the kind of like poundy stick, and
a poundy stick. That is the name of it now. Poundy stick.
Sorry, I can't remember the name.
A sap.
And so she's walking across, and as soon as she gets to this assassin, she brings it down into the temple of the chick's head, not to actually kill her, but but she does that while at the same time bringing her elbow up the other direction so that she's slamming the sap with her head with the sap and then smacking her other temple with her elbow.
Okay.
To like ensure this chick goes down. You guys don't ever get into a fight with me because I'm really vicious.
Yes.
This is what this game has taught me.
All right, so you do that. So she falls to the ground. You then see as
crumples like a piece of paper.
Yep. You see as behind you, Bruce, I imagine being there, he's still going to be attacking this just because to kind of move this along. As reaches down.
We've only been in combat for like an hour and 45
this is
minutes.
Good. He puts his hand on the chest of the assassin after Bruce has again knocked her down, and then you just watch as he closes his hand and ripping motion, and you see the soul energy just.
Az really likes to kill people this way.
I want you to roll me a religion check.
Okay. I feel like this should bother me.
The soul goes straight to Pharasma.
I know, but I still feel like this. It's a 20.
It's a 20?
Yeah.
All right. So
she doesn't remember much.
You see the soul as it leaves.
I can see it, man. I can see it.
As it goes. And we are now out of combat, and you have managed to keep the Domina alive. Glimpse of redemption and a lot of bad rolls from the assassins
oh my gosh.
kept her alive.
This is a highly stressful fight.
So, Anna, you now have at your feet. Yep, we'll go ahead and. You now have. You are standing there next to the Domina. You have at your feet this knocked out. So, funny thing, Sirenscape right now just froze on me, and it's got two different tracks playing at the same time.
Kind of works, though.
The Domina is standing next to you. She looks over at you. Well, that was... I have not engaged in this since the overthrow.
Anna's just going to nod at the Domina and look at Dominic and say, you bloody well get those guards in here now.
Where are they? And he runs out the tent to try and see where are all the guards? Why did no one react? That was a lot of sound. Why did no one react to that? So he runs out to deal with that. Technically, just to give you an idea, that took 8 rounds. Each round of combat is supposed to be 6 seconds in real time.
Okay.
That means that entire fight took less than... What? It took 42 seconds. Took less than a minute.
I don't think that's very accurate. To like real life.
So...
I'm just saying.
Because, D&D is reality.
It is. Pathfinder is even more reality.
As, she's talking to you, suddenly behind you comes up a panting Az. Are you okay?
And she's just going to kind of reach out and take his hand, and she's like, I'm fine. If it
everyone,
wasn't for you,
everyone sit. Sit down, everyone. I need to check all of your wounds. And he starts going through. He does go over to the Domina and checking her wounds and bandaging. And he just starts doing battle medicine checks on everyone, trying to make sure everyone is okay. With the rate at which you guys did kill them, I'm going to allow Az to do something real quick. Okay. Because Az is a master proficiency in medicine, and he rolled at least a 10, he is able to stabilize the noble.
Okay.
We had not gone through enough rounds of death saving throws for them to be dead.
Okay, good.
So they barely survive, but they are breathing. And so as is going around being, medic at the moment, treating everyone, Bruce included, to try and heal up everyone in this instance. Anna, you're now sitting there on the edge of...
Oh, she's not sitting. She is standing.
Okay, you're standing there.
She's not sitting down.
Next to the Domina, who is sitting with her wounds bandaged. What do you do?
Well, she's going to kind of stand there for just a minute to kind of assess the room itself, and then grabbing whatever like rope or anything that's like very easily available at the moment, and she's going to hog tie the assassin.
Yep.
That went after, well, the only one that's still alive. So she's going to legitimately hog tie them, like legs behind legs and arms and tied together, and this person is not going to be able to move. And then she's going to go stand at the edge of the doorway of the tent and wait.
So as Dominic comes back in just a moment, as you've gotten up to walk towards the front of the tent, and
turn the music down just a little bit on our headphones.
The weird thing is I've turned it down on here, to nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let us know if the mix is weird.
Yeah. So he comes up and just panting. All of the gods around the tent were in a daze. It was as if they were asleep on their feet.
What about the gods throughout the camp itself?
I mean, you do see people coming up, and there are people coming, and you do actually see some of the Hell Knights that you say like beginning to move towards there. But again, you had 1 minute that all this happened in, and all the guards close to the tent reacted as if nothing was going on.
Right, well.
And then he runs past you to the Domina and kind of kneels down and gets next to her.
She's going to kind of like motion Az towards me.
As he finishes tying off another wound, he comes up to you. Well, that was less than helpful. I was close there.
I mean, yes, I was as well. If it wasn't for your abilities, I would probably be with my lady at the moment. Not dwelling on that.
Anna.
We need...
Anna. And he turns, and there on the floor are still the 2 soul stones.
Wonderful. Let me... Hold on. We need a magical god. We need someone that is you. That is not you.
Delta.
He needs to be with the Domina at all times.
And Az takes a couple steps out of the tent and finds the nearest, soldier, courier type person, talks to them, and then comes back to you. And he's like...
These gods were completely useless.
What happened to you at one point? There was one point where you seemed like you weren't in the middle of battle suddenly.
It was like I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I heard a voice that said, "Come with me. It's easier if you just give in and come with me." It was like a voice from the other side coming at...
It sounds like enchantment.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Everyone, the guards were enchanted. I was enchanted.
Kuth Waldwin's, from what we have heard from the Hell Knights, that is his MO.
Yes. It seems to be the only way he's able to keep anyone on his side, is with that. We cannot allow anyone with any type of real power in this conflict alone without some type of magic with them. Because if he can get to us here...
But even then, he wasn't the one that stabbed the Domina.
No, that's why I didn't want her dead. She points to the...
And you hear at this moment, you hear The Domina talking to it's funny, it's Domina and Dominic. I just realized that. The Domina and Dominic. But she has been in my service for years. I've known her. She's been my lady.
With my ability of the glimpse of redemption, is there any way that I could do that out of battle as a reaction to be able to see if this individual had the duality that...
They're unconscious at the moment. The glimpse of redemption allows you to change and affect them. It doesn't give you the ability to read minds.
Okay.
That's a different spell.
Dang it. Okay. Well, I just kind of move over to the Domina at that point, and just say, "Ma'am, regardless of whether or not she has been your lady's maid for years, decades, it wouldn't matter. This is no longer the person you knew." She's going to kind of position herself between the two of them.
I don't know what...
I would feel much more comfortable if it was you, Delta, and Dominic, period, at this point.
Delta?
Delta.
No, I know, but why Delta?
Because he's the only one that can prevent what happened here from happening again.
How could anyone prevent?
Because now we know.
So who do we suspect, Anna?
It doesn't matter.
So are you?
It could be. You, Dominic, Delta, together at all times. Because he very easily could have enchanted me. Could have enchanted Az. Less likely with Az because he's much more powerful than I am.
How did all this get set up?
Well, have you made your presence...
She points down to the lady, the servant that was there. She came with the main force. She's only been here days.
Then, how long have you been here?
I've been here a month.
When is the last time you saw this individual? A month?
Yeah, when I left home.
So when Cuthwalden was in Kintargo, or one of his emissaries were, to gather the souls, that's when he must have started doing this. So we know Cuthwalden's MO, his abilities, are to influence those around him with magic to make them pliable. I have a feeling that the things that they're doing, he's not just straight outwardly saying, yes, you have to do this. It seems to be almost like coercion.
I don't know.
So
were those you've told me of the automatons, were those...
Not those. That's not what I saw before. Obviously, they have perfected their craft.
They were formidable, I saw.
Formidable is a good word for it.
We need to find out. We need to... Everyone is now a suspect.
Mm-hmm. And you can't even trust Az or myself.
She turns to Az. You know magic. Is there a way to know? And as will say, yes, there is. In fact, there are spells that we can use to detect.
Well, could you have said something 5 minutes ago?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm sitting here thinking that the only option is to sequester the Domina and keep her in a little bubble, and you're listening to me saying all this, and you're not saying a thing.
That wasn't 5 minutes ago. It was 1 minute ago. You were just talking. Which, speaking of, and so Az is going to take a moment. He's just going to do some detect magic in the area. And he's going to start walking around the tent, and he's going to start doing some detect magics and some read auras. And Az walks over to the two assassins. There is strong magic here.
I sensed it too. I sensed it too.
I sense, because with the aura, he can read the type, the schools of magic.
Yeah.
So, there is mental, but there is illusion here.
Illusion? What do you mean? Like, as in what we're seeing right now is not real, or illusion of the mind? Like, they think there's something different.
Okay. And as comes down, he puts his hand over the body, and as he's waving it around there, he's like, I don't think this entity actually looks like that.
What is it?
I do not know. I do not have spells prepared to.
I'm gonna reach out and touch it.
It feels physical, yeah. I mean,
well, no, but does it feel like the facial features I'm seeing are the things I'm touching?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not just a visual.
Nope.
Illusion.
Nope.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not just a visual thing, but it as sees that. Oh, he did. As did prepared to dispel magic.
Oh, yay! Smart man.
And so Az is going to cast dispel magic on this creature, and you watch as suddenly the facial features warp and meld, and then suddenly you see this face that looks like there was no skin, there were no features. It's a flat face. If you had a face that was an empty canvas of clay to work with, that's what this would be.
That's gross. Okay. Well, at least we know now that it wasn't your actual lady's maid. But more than likely your lady's maid is dead.
Where is? Yeah.
That's the only way this it could have taken over his life, her life. If that is exactly what happened, we don't actually know.
No.
We have to wait until it wakes up. I think it might have hit it a little too hard.
Do you want me to wake it up?
No. Do I need you to? Yes.
Should we wait for Delta?
Yes, absolutely. We need to wait for Delta and 5 other guards.
As you sit there waiting for a minute, in a moment you do suddenly hear a voice behind you. Oh.
Delta! Hey, we need you to come here. And she's going to very quickly give a rundown of hey, this is what just happened. This is what we need you to do.
I want you to roll me a perception check, a sense motive.
Okay. I will roll you a sense motive. 32.
You see, for a moment, a little fear on Delta's face as he looks at this creature. Oh, these should not be here.
What do you mean?
These are the faceless stalkers.
Got that. Faceless part. Stalkers, not quite so much. Changeling makes more sense.
Well, a changeling is a child taken by a fae.
Okay, I don't mean it literally.
They are, according to Simeon's, treatise on the Feywild in the First World, they are. And Az kind of stops him for a moment. Yeah, he manages to some diplomacy checks there, get him to stop diving into this side stuff.
History.
The history, and talks to everyone. The faceless stalkers were used. They were servants of the ancient ones.
Wait. What ancient ones? What are you talking about?
Do you, Anna, do you know of my race at all?
No, but I know the Muffin Man.
I like muffins. I don't think... Oh, joke. Ha. Ha.
Thank you, Sheldon. Oh my gosh.
My race was not born, Anna. My race was made. We were humans. My race were the greatest of humankind ever, living in Aslanti. And we found out that were being manipulated by the Abeloth, a race, aquatic but not even of this world, and they pulled down a stone from space and caused the starfall that caused the inner sea. And they used the faceless stalkers to infiltrate men and their organizations. Why is there one of these here?
Well, it seems to have been a part of Cuth Waldwin's emissary. So, have they been used since? Do you know of any time that they have worked with anyone other than...
They have been shown from time to time, but they tend to work with at least some capacity. But the Abeloth are conniving.
Are they still alive? The Abeloth.
We assume there are some.
And Anna's going to turn and look at Az. Do you think that we've gotten it all wrong, that who Cuth Waldwin is serving is not himself, but an Abeloth creature?
And Az like, let's see actually, what does Az know? Az is not sure. Az
knows nothing.
It's like, I have not studied these creatures. I would have to study. I would have to read. I do not know.
All right, well, go wake it up.
And so Az will go over and he will do a slight bit of healing. And before we go into this interrogation, we are going to take... Well, I'm going to ask my player, you want a 5-minute break or do you want to just continue on? And
I have to go pee. So, yes,
quick 5-minute break.
But, we will be right back to interrogate this piece of scum. Anna's pissed right now. She's not going to be very nice.
Just a second.
We have a child.
Okay, and here we go.
Hello, welcome back. I would just like to remind everyone, if you are a follower of the channel, you can look at adorable little chibis and cool new emotes. I'm very excited about the fact that we have emotes now.
Yes. Well, they're cute. They're so cute.
We haven't had emotes, and we can have like a ton of emotes. So I'm like super excited about it. So I'm just dropping them all currently in the chat. So if you would like to see all the adorable emotes, they are little dragons. They are chibis that are classes. They are adorable.
And they are drawn by Hayley.
And the chibis were drawn by me, not the dragons. The dragons were not drawn by me. They were done by a different artist named Jess something or other. I've got to go look at his name. But yeah, so play with them. Enjoy them. They are for you. Okay, let's get back into it.
All right. So you now have, you were just about to wake up the creature that
the
you have.
Piece of crap.
Yep, that due to good rolls and actually bringing in Delta.
Yes.
You now know, because I'll let the player know Delta's the only person in the camp who would have been able to identify these.
Oh, well, that's good.
If you hadn't brought him in, you'd never would have known.
All right, then.
But now you know what he is, and you're about to wake him up. So Az comes over, gives a little bit of healing energy, and suddenly... and it just sits there. No expression, which, it has no eyebrows. It has no nose. Mm-hmm. It has no, it kind of...
Does it have a mouth?
It does have a mouth.
Okay. So here's the reality of the situation for you. If you cooperate with us and answer our questions, we will make it a very painless death. And as a champion of Pharasma, I can tell you, she will be fair. And she will send you to the world that you are meant to be in.
You watch...
But, if you do not, there are many of us that are very skilled in prolonging life while making it as painful as possible. So, if you want to take one versus the other, then that's fine.
At that comment, Az just leaned forward. I, in particular, am very skilled and very practiced at making sure that the patient stays around as long as possible.
Eternity of being pushed to the point of death only to be healed and be brought back does not sound interesting to me personally. Going and living on the other side, that actually does sound quite nice, especially at some days, like when you wake up in the morning and your back hurts and it's like, I just really don't want to be awake right now. It'd be kind of nice to be incorporeal. Things like that. Those are your choices.
And I just double checked, and actually it doesn't have a mouth that you see.
Okay.
And then as you say that, it suddenly a mouth forms. From the fleshy area there, it suddenly forms this mouth.
Gross.
That smiles at you. We do not fear these paltry ones that claim gods.
That's fine. Phrasma will be here to collect the souls of your gods before this world is wrapped up and she goes on to the next. So that's fine. You can believe whatever you'd like. You need to answer our questions.
It closes its eyes, which when it does that, there's literally no features. Mm-hmm. It's kind of...
It's like a nasty clay face.
Yeah, it's like a nasty clay face.
It's just an oval.
And then you watch as what appears to be pain ensues And Az is going to be a little curious about this because you can't see any face or anything like that. Az is going to cast in that moment organ sight.
Okay.
So he can see what's going on the insides of this thing.
I like this idea.
And then he looks. Oh.
Hi, chaotic platypus. Hi, silly.
Anna.
What?
I don't think this is going to work.
Why?
Do you know how this thing apparently can like change itself?
Can you stop it? Just stop whatever it's doing.
I can't.
Why?
Anna. It just collapsed its own heart. Literally, it's reformed its internal organs. Healing, Anna, healing requires taking something that is broken and then putting it back the way it's supposed to be. This thing can predetermine its own internal organ structure, and it just decided to set its organ structure in a structure that...
So it killed itself?
Yeah.
Why can't you heal it? Fix it.
And you watch as he uses, well, first off, he's got 2 healing spells left. So he uses one of them to try and put some life back in this. But then he's like, Anna, the moment I heal it, it will just die again. Because
can you put like a force field around its heart so it can't do that?
And then what? It closes off its throat. You cannot make this thing live.
Does it have a soul?
He looks at the other one. He's like, yeah. Everything has a soul.
Anna's going to go over and grab one of the soul stones.
Okay. As you touch it, you have the experience that you are acquainted with.
She just kind of blocks it out a little bit and walks over and says, can you take its soul and put it in here?
Anna, no. And I don't think you would want me to. If I could. I am not acquainted with this magic. I've learned, being in the boneyard, I've learned to touch the soul magic, and I can pull it out, but to like transfer it into this other, and then I don't even know how the transferring works. And I don't think Pharasma would be okay with that.
Well, then I don't know what to do. She just kind of like walks back to the edge of the tent and say, you will figure it out at this point. And she walks out the door.
Okay, she walks out the door. She once you get outside the tent, you do see things are very bustling. There are a bunch of nobles standing around out there, all of them grim-faced. You can tell that they are talking with each other, and there's a whole idea of demanding answers. But they're being kept away from the actual tent by guards.
Anna's just going to kind of stand there and look at them and just kind of glare. She's just going to stand there and glare at him.
Okay. You stand there for a while. Eventually, Az comes out. Anna. I understand that the whole thing is crazy, but standing here is not going to help us.
Yes, well, obviously, being in there is not helping either.
We need to find out what is going on and what to do from here. There has to be somewhere to go. Something to do.
Your guess is as good as mine at this point.
They're going to be investigating. They're going to... Because we don't know, are these the only ones in the camp?
Probably not.
So, I mean, we could wait for their investigation, or do you want to go search yourself? I know for you, if you need something to hit.
I'm just going to kind of like nod a little bit and start walking just away from the tent, from the cabin, or from the camp itself. Like, she's kind of taking that main road. And
all right. As you start walking, you do see that also, like, out right beyond the nobles are Tiber and Stella. It's like they're also looking to see what is happening. So they're there, and you begin to walking just out of the camp. Okay.
They can choose to follow if they want.
They don't. They stay there. As you walk out, and you find yourself a little bit later out beyond the camp area to where it's kind of quiet. You've gotten beyond the camp followers and such, people trying to sell you wares and different things like that.
Did Az come with her?
Az came with you.
What are we doing?
And Bruce is there too.
Yeah, Bruce is always there.
What do you mean?
What are we doing? I don't
understand your question, Anna.
At the end of the day, honestly, this is not our fight.
I would believe Pharasma might disagree with you, Anna.
It's her fight.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this. They say you need to help. You need to take care of this. I'm choosing that you're going to be the champion, and to the point where even the crappiest gods are a part of all of this, and they're wanting me to do things as well, but then they're sending these scenarios and not doing jack diddly squat to help. I can do nothing but aim a sword and sometimes torture people, and that's it. And what they do, the gods up there in their little holes, they're sitting there and expecting a human to handle it all.
And I was like, Anna, I'm pretty sure you did some things back there.
Yes, I killed some things. Fantastic.
And the Domina would be dead if we hadn't.
And that's great. I'm very glad that she is alive. But
You don't seem so.
I'm frustrated because the gods have given us an impossible task. And they said, go, have fun, figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, she could give me something to actually control the souls that I'm supposed to be helping. Instead, she gives me the ability to feel what they feel and experience the pain that they're in, and I can't do anything about it.
This is why I worship a god that I don't expect anything of.
I didn't expect anything from Pharasma until she decided to put me in the middle of all of this. It was easier to have faith in her before she threw me in the middle of a cosmic war.
To be fair, Anna, I think you would have gotten involved anyway. I seem to recall a Hell Knight investigating when everyone told her to stop.
But the difference now is that I have a sister and I know where she is.
You do. And we will get there. But today, we have to deal with a ruler of a nation who almost died.
Delta can handle it for the moment. If he is half as good as you seem to think he is.
He is very powerful. But he's very academic. You kind of saw, you mentioned muffins and
I know,
whoosh.
I know.
Like, just imagine if you mentioned other pastries. I mean,
I know.
Or imagine if you mentioned a charcuterie board. Like, that would just take him off into weird places.
I wonder if he's actually like... Do you think he actually eats normal food? Or do you think he eats like a fish?
No, he eats normal food. I have eaten with him.
Okay.
I mean, from what he has said, his race definitely do quite a bit of... what's it called? They cook the fish simply by putting lemons and stuff like that. I think it's called a ceviche.
Ceviche, yeah, I believe.
Because they can live underwater.
I know, that's what I'm wondering. Like, is he more fish or more man?
They were men who... he mentioned the Abeloth. The Abeloth changed them.
Do you think he still has all the manly bits?
I've not asked...
Or do you think that they, like, were changed so that they could live underwater, that they don't, like... Or they're not mammalian anymore? That they're, like... They have, like, eggs?
According to the books I have read on different races, they're more human than fish. They simply are able to breathe underwater.
Oh.
And they became accustomed to a very high level of humidity. So their skin dries out if they, are in drier climates and don't get water very often.
So they always have water births?
Yes. That would be accurate. They actually based that some of the newest procedures being done within the medical field for birthing, they've begun to utilize some of their techniques.
I wouldn't know.
My dog has decided to come over. Anna, I understand you are frustrated, but at this point all we have is to continue forward.
But in what direction and how?
Well, let's go see what resolves here, and then we can decide.
All right. I need a minute.
Let us go. They can investigate. We'll find out tomorrow what they find.
All right. Can you just... I'll come join you in a little bit. Just give me a minute.
Of course. And so he turns around and he does head back into the camp.
I was going to walk a little bit farther away from the camp, kind of into the trees that are on the far side.
Okay.
Find a secluded area with like a large rock and go sit down. She kind of lays her sword down next to her and sits down on the rock and listens for a little while to the sounds of nature in the forest, and is quiet. And as she's sitting there, it's not helping. And as she's thinking about all of the things that have happened in the last couple of months, the situation with Infrac, and then going to Kintargo and having to deal with the soul issue there, and finding out that Cuthwaldwin was a part of all of that, and all of the fighting and the dragon and the back-to-back just chaos being teleported, and she's like just gets angrier and angrier and angrier as everything just keeps coming up, and eventually she just grabs a rock and chucks it as hard as she can and just kind of screams out, shaking the leaves and the trees nearby, and a couple of birds take off. And she just sits quietly for a little bit. And she doesn't say anything. She just eventually takes a deep breath and grabs her sword, slowly begins walking back to camp.
You walk back. You do still see people have gathered around the Domina's tent. You can tell that the nobles have been let in to discuss. Oh, I could use those villain points earlier.
Oh, sad.
But do you just head back to your tent?
Yeah, she's just gonna head back. Thank you for the hero and the villain points, Joe DeFrogman.
You head back to your tent, and there you find Az. He kind of pats the side of the bed for you to sit, and then he just kind of sits next to you, holds you, and just lets you be. Is there anything else you want to do, or do you want to wait for the investigation to come back the next day?
She doesn't really have anything else to do.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's just going to get out of her leathers and set Bruce in a guarding pattern around and in the tent. And then kind of just curl up next to Az. And
the next day, the runner does arrive and asks you...
You get a point, and
you
you get a point,
and you
get a point. Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Oprah. Calling you to the Domina's tent.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you are able.
She gets up. I mean, honestly, just kind of stretching. Can we have breakfast first?
The Domina has there's food there. She is eating currently.
All right. I put on my leathers and my sword and strap the great sword on my back and the bastard sword at my hip.
As you wake up and begin to have the early light, you are surprised though when suddenly you look up. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. 26.
26, yeah. The entire spreading from one corner of your tent to the other corner and the other corner and the other corner is a gorgeously weaved spider web. Not thick, not coated, but this light web. And it says terrific in it.
Oh my gosh. It does not. You are
Or does it say
liar.
some pig?
No, it does not say some pig.
But there is this beautiful, gorgeously crafted with a beautiful design spider web all the way across the tops of your tent.
Anna takes notice of it, but she's still kind of pissed off.
Yep, still got best.
So she's like, okay, that's nice. Thank you. Yay, a spider web. That's definitely going to help.
So as you, so then you go with the Domina to the Domina's tent. You get there, you find her there eating, but she is reclined.
She's still injured.
Yeah. The way I GM it, even though we can magically heal people, like I get no injury whatsoever from a huge fight and from almost dying. Just sounds lame to me.
Except for the fact that that's literally what happened to Anna.
I know. Happens to Anna constantly.
She's constantly... We're just going to say she has lots of aches and pains all the time to the point where she just like, she doesn't notice it anymore.
But the Domina is there and she's eating. She's like, oh, yes, Anna, as I... Come.
And
Well,
Anna's going to come in and kind of do a curtsy bow kind of thing and then stand kind of like at attention.
We found Nunal.
Nunal?
My servant. We found her body.
Oh. Yes, I had assumed that was going to be the case.
With quite a few others. We were able, with Delta's help, we were able to identify that these things live by draining the blood of the victims like a leech. And you can tell from suction points at the main arteries. And we were able to identify quite a few bodies that have been found. Definitely, according to Delta, more bodies than would constitute one or two in the camp.
Do they always take that face?
No, they take whatever face they want, according to Delta. They could be anyone. So, because of that, I am in a difficult situation, Anna.
Do we have a way of detecting it?
Delta can help. He is using his magic, but we cannot check the entire camp. But he will be here, and we are taking precautions with everyone that comes in mine.
Yes.
But that leaves a problem. I have to be here because anyone that I put in charge might not be themselves.
No, completely understandable.
But I also need someone to leave.
For what?
We have made contact with and are in talks to create an alliance to fight against Cuthwaldwin and against what is happening in Cheliax.
Is it an alliance of men and elves?
No. Well, yes, there are elves and there are dwarves. I mean, we have multiple races in our world, Anna. I'm surprised that you would wonder that. But, I need someone I can trust, someone I know is not a faceless stalker, to go speak and present our case and present for an alliance to fight with Supreme-elect Maraska.
Who is
Marusek.
that? Who's that?
She is the ruler of Andoran.
Oh.
They are the other border with Cheliax, and they are where currently Cuthwaldwin seems to be more focused in his efforts. They have been, I imagine, since Cuthwaldwin is using slaves to power a lot of his, well, the souls of slaves, I should say, to power his automatons, Andoran has been a thorn in the slave trade for a long time. They are the strongest abolition country. And so he has focused his attention there. And we have spoken, and they are interested in an alliance where we to fight. But I need someone to go and talk with them and be my emissary.
And you want Az and I to do it?
You have seen Cuthwaldwin. You have now fought his automatons, his forces. You know better than almost anyone what we are facing. So yes.
It's true.
I would ask you to go to Andoran.
Would we have anyone else come with us? Or just the two of us to keep it?
I think you are the
low?
two I would think to keep it small.
How close are we to Cheliax? Or not Cheliax, to Enfarak?
You're close. I mean, it is in the mountains right there. Why do you ask?
This might be faster for us to go to Enfarak and then teleport from Enfarak to wherever we're going.
Actually, that Delta can help. The
Delta can teleport?
he can use teleportation. There is in my negotiations. The supreme ruler is in Agustana, and there's a teleportation circle there.
Well, that's perfect. We're going to have to traipse across the entire country. I love that idea.
So, have you ever been to Agustana?
No, but I definitely have reason to go.
Oh, so that is we hate to call on you again. You two are not even from Revenel, but you are the best ones we can send. You know the situation, and based on personal experience, Anna, I think you two are very persuasive in getting individuals to decide to fight against Guthwaldun.
I'm abrasive. He's persuasive. Let's be honest.
Well, I'm involved, and I'm down here now, and you two brought me all this, so if not, we probably wouldn't have been ready.
No, that was what I was scared of the most.
So, are you willing to go?
To be frank, I don't feel like we have a choice. If we want the war to be stopped before it's even really begun, then we have to.
We cannot take our forces to join them, because it is...
No.
I mean, we have Nadal between us.
I know. And...
They will not get involved.
They will not get involved for anything.
So, Delta, he's been spent today setting up magical defenses.
Yes.
But tomorrow, he could possibly, as soon as tomorrow, I mean, depends on when you are ready, he could teleport you to Agustana.
All right. Do you have a debriefing file? Can I get more information about the actual people for my character, not for me, but my character, so she knows what's like the political climate and the nobility and the hierarchy of all of the people and whatever. So she's not walking in blind.
I will also roll me a d20.
Okay.
And
I can do that.
Make it actually just do a warfare lore.
Okay, I can do that too. Hold on. Will you go to the right place, please? Thank you. 17.
Oh, ouch.
Hey, oh wait, I have a hero point.
You do? You have a hero point?
I have a hero point. I have a hero point. Oh, that's so much better. 32.
32. Based on your warfare lore, the Andran government, like I said, they have been major abolitionists. Like, the Hell Knights would know very much the history of the wars with Andoran, because they did not break off from Cheliax via contract. That was war.
Yeah.
So you actually would be very well versed in the history and the logistics. It's pretty much like knowing the war with the country right next door to you. You know the history because you're still fighting.
It's like America and Britain. In America, that's like all we learn is British history.
Honestly, I know this touches a little on current events, but I'd almost say it's more Russia-Ukraine.
Okay.
Like it's a much more heated recent history in that area.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, you would know a good amount. You wouldn't be going into the country blind of the history between Cheliax and Andoran.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Is Farmer Magdalene with us?
She is.
Is she in the room? Magdalene, is the Bellflower Network currently working there?
Oh yeah, yes.
Do you want to come with us?
I most definitely can.
Just
She looks
wondering
at
if
Domina and she's like, as you know, and as kind of Anna, I do actually have quite a few contacts.
In Andoran?
Andoran is the largest halfling population in the world.
You had just always indicated that everyone that you worked with was north.
No. I just always knew someone north because I was in Infrac. But I also, you must remember earlier, we were in the capital. And so the closer place to send people from the capital was towards Andoran.
Okay.
If you get them anywhere near the border, then suddenly you'd find Andoran troops more than happy to find any slave, anyone who wants to escape Cheliax. They are like, come in, let's get you away from them.
Right.
They have a bit of a hero complex.
Well, if you're not necessary, then Magdalene, then I guess it's moot at this point.
I think that I need to make sure that the information flows back to here.
Yeah.
And Az and I can send messages.
That's true. You can do that. Forgot about that. Okay. Well then, yes, I don't see any reason why we can't as soon as Delta is feeling up to it.
And Farmer Magdalene will look at you. Anna, I guess this works out for you in a way.
Yes, it does. That is, if she is in the capital near where
You're not going to the capital.
Where are we going?
You're going to Augustana, which is a city that is near the border. It's a main port city. And it is exactly the city where she told you that Sia is.
Oh. I thought we were going to, like, the capital.
No, you are not.
Okay.
Now, all of the military, they have a huge navy. And you'd know this from your warfare lore. Andoran has a huge navy. Okay. And the main port for naval attacks towards Cheliax would be Augustana.
I cannot picture it in my head.
I'll give you maps. Yeah, I'll give you plenty of maps.
Okay.
Before our next session.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out, because I studied all of the maps north of Cheliax.
Yeah, it borders Isgar.
Okay. So it's to the east. Okay. Yes, this will be perfect. Essentially.
All right. Well, then definitely ready yourselves, and I will let Delta know at his earliest availability that he can cast the spell. There are preparations as he might need assistance with, and as we're like, yep, I'm good for that.
And any official correspondence?
I will prepare a document and official recognition. Unfortunately, Anna, in order to make this work, I might need to give you some form of official station within Ravenel.
Oh. Like you want me to become a citizen?
Might need to be a little higher than that.
I mean, I'm captain of the guard would be fine.
Well, first, a knighthood will definitely be needed.
What?
And
why? No.
We do have plenty of land that is available. I mean, something here along the border we could definitely use for. I mean, I don't know if you would want to move complete to like take over Baroness.
No.
There will need to be some form of officialness.
Can I just
given
be a lady?
Well, yes, but that would require you. So I will work out the paperwork.
You can't just say on paper, lady.
Unfortunately not. But I will work out all that and I will let you know, and then we will give you that patents.
Okay.
So that you can have that with your documents to show your patents of nobility.
Okay.
So,
That's fine, I guess.
I have to prepare that before tomorrow, so I have much to do, and I am still somewhat weak. So
no, of course. Yes, Your Majesty, and she's gonna kind of like turn around and like kind of in a daze, like walk away.
So, and that is where we will end for the night. So tomorrow, on the next day,
just like
Anna gets
she's
to
like
leave.
Leaving the tent, just like what?
You're getting sent as an official dignitary of the country, but you aren't even a citizen. So she kind of has to make you some standing.
It makes Anna very uncomfortable.
I
just
know.
Have it be like, oh, by the way, you're gonna be like nobility now.
So we are
going to be like, no.
So that is where we will end. We will be again dark. We will be dark next week. The week after, we will be at the Fan X, and so we'll be doing stuff from there.
We're probably gonna do like kind of like a rundown Friday night.
Yep.
Of like what Fan X has been like and stuff like that. But next week I probably am going to do some streaming. Just myself. Like I might just play a video game or something like that, and we can chat.
But yeah, so you will be going to Augustana in Andoran.
Oh my gosh.
And you will be going to not only talk with the nobility and the leader there, but your sister is there. And that will be exciting. Thank you all so very much for joining us, for sticking here with us this late hours of the night.
I'm like really starting to feel it now. I'm really tired.
Thank you so very much for being here. We love you all. Enjoy the new emojis.
Yes, enjoy the new emojis. They are so cute. If you're not already following, follow us now. And if you subscribe, the chibis of the classes, the druid, the wizard, the monk, and the ranger will be a subscriber exclusive as soon as I can figure out how to make that. So I thought I did, and apparently that didn't.
And if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can actually subscribe for free using your Twitch Prime subscription.
Yes, you can. It's completely free to you. So as I heard one streamer say it, why not take money from Amazon and give it to us?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Thank you so much again. Thank you all. We love you. And remember,
it only takes two.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.